Hey, this is HQ back in the house again. This was wild, a wild 2 weeks, right? On the Kendra G show. She had three different characters show up on the Kendra G show: a single father, a pretending man, a man to pretend he was an age he wasn't, and a gentleman who just rubbed all of the people the wrong way because of his goofy and creepy tendencies, right? And I try to figure out what the heck was going on with the water. This is what ends up on the Kendra G show. This is what ended up on the Kendra G show. These gentlemen here, okay? And all of us, every person darn near every person that saw that show was like, what's wrong with that? So it could not have been all of our fault. It had to have been something wrong with these individuals. People couldn't figure it out. The first guy, right? The first guy, I'm a man. I want this and I want that and I want you to do this and that, right? People was like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with that? There's plenty wrong with him. He didn't have the bona fides to do that. He didn't have the right or the privilege to be the way that he was. I don't know what the hell was wrong with that man. I don't know what that man was thinking. He get on here and he talks like somebody that had all the money in the world, had all the time in the world, had all the options in the world. He got on here and he talked like that, right? He talked like that. Now, see, it would have been okay if he came on here and he talked like that and he had not been to prison. It would have been okay if he would have came on here talking like that if he wasn't a pizza boy. But yet he was a pizza boy and he was a single mother, single father. And he had just gotten out of jail. But he was speaking as though he was entitled to all of these things. And here's the thing. This is the problem. I tried to figure it out, and I was reading, you know, some of the comments I was reading, not in my section. I went to other people's live streams, and I listened to their comments. And the people in those comments were like, this is how regular men talk. Regular men who don't deserve what they're asking for talk like this. Just like him. So he was no different than the rest of these men that are on the internet. He was no different, according to the ladies and gentlemen in those chats. This gentleman was no different from the men that come on here every day. They know they don't deserve what they're asking for, yet they're asking for it. He got on here and said, I'm looking for a mother for my child after some woman gave birth to his child. After, even though a white woman gave birth to his child, he asking a black woman to come over there and clean up his mess and be the mother of his child. And yet he has nothing but contempt for the black woman. That's what he asked for.
So do you want something serious or you just want to date?
Absolutely. I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for the mother of my child. For sure.
So I will say then she does have the right to be concerned if you have a 9-month-old baby, because she has to be willing to sign up to be the child's stepmother.
Well, I wouldn't say a stepmother, because you know what I mean. I really wouldn't subscribe to that. She would be her mother, even though she didn't come out of her. And besides, a woman is a nurturer to begin with. I've been playing the role, but I'm not really a nurturer. But that's not really my nature. You know what I'm saying? But I do it because that's what I've had to do. But I'm looking forward to having a solid black woman in my life who possesses the qualities that I'm looking for, that's been vetted, and you know what I mean. She can come along and you know raise her daughter.
Now, this is a bold statement. It's a bold ask. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Ask for what you want. You just might get it. And probably gonna get it. Because that's the way women are, and they're not discerning like that. They just think of somebody what they look like and then they want to raid. But this is a good option for somebody who can't have kids, who want kids. But I would concern myself about that baby mama coming back, right? I would concern myself about that. But see, let's digress. We digress from this. The reason why he stands out so much, and the reason why he stood out so much, is because of the contempt that we could tell that he had for black women. He wants the black woman to raise this child, and still he has no respect for her. All throughout the interview, he's downgrading women, speaking differently, negatively about women, upholding the white woman, never giving the black woman praise except to be a mother, a nurturer, and all that. Kendra's sitting there. Kendra takes it. She doesn't have anything to say. And I was embarrassed for her because she should have pushed back on this all along. She should have pushed back on this because this person went off on the women. This person went off on the women. First, he went off on the men, which was like wild to me. Because why would you go off on the men? Right? He went off on the men. Men had nothing to do with it. Men were just saying what they wanted to say, of course. Why would you need to go off on men? But this was how he responded to men in the comments section who were talking about him and explaining and asking questions about who the hell are you to be saying this, that, and the third.
With felonies.
And he was upset. So, Radley, he went off on the men.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the few guys, you know what I'm saying, who done been all over the world because I don't listen to nobody. And that's not cap, you know what I'm saying? That's because I got a passport, right? And that's because I don't listen to other people. And when I went over there, I noticed how another young lady that I took was she was very combative, and she once again would not listen. I'm trying to learn how to swim in the Red Sea. And I can't remember, it was something about me working out and her being upset about me going to work out and so on. Long story of the short.
Oh, this is the story that it's the story that leads up to it. I'm sorry. The story leads up to him going off on the men, but let's listen.
Great question, brother. I don't eat steak and I don't eat steak at Applebee's. And listen, man, I'm gonna say this, Kendra. You have a lot of weak black men that simp on your show. They're a lot of cowards. They were raised by single mothers. They lack intestinal fortitude and guts. And so it's easy to make these, comments in the thing. Brother, I've been all around the world. I've been to France, I've been to Prague, I've been in the streets, I've been in the slums, I've been in the hole, assault. Listen, man, there's very little that has happened in this world that I haven't seen or been a part of. And so all of it has shaped me. So I'm not gonna really address a lot of guys with these, with these feminine comments, Kendra. I'm just not. A lot of these guys that really are on your show and your chat, they're a lot of troll. They're very feminine, and I'm a very, 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 very masculine man. So I'm not really gonna address them. But the ladies want to ask questions, and I'll answer their questions as well. But
okay. Also,
and that's the problem. He had no humbleness to him. There was no humbleness to this person. This person just spoke as though all of the entitlement was his. No respect for the men. Respect, but he had to show his dominance because he was already behind the 8 ball. He was a baby daddy saying he wants black women, but yet and still the baby is mixed. Says he's a man, continues to say he's a man. He's been in prison for 16 years. We just couldn't figure this man out. Why do you want a black woman to take care of your child and you have no respect for the black woman or black man? And we could tell all throughout the conversation, the way he talked to Kendra, the way he addressed questions when it came to women, when he addressed the baby mother, the first baby mama, went off on her. How can you not love your daughter more than you hate her mother? I always wanted to know that. You don't love your child more than you hate the mother of your child? Because if you loved your child more than you hated the mother of your child, you would never speak to her out in public like that. But he never can concern himself about somebody else. It's always about what he wants, what he needs, what he gets, what he desires. And it's a sad thing that there's going to be women out here who take him at his word and then go over there and find out that he's a violent human being. We know he's a violent human being. He put someone high out. I don't know whether in prison or outside. I don't know. But he said he hit someone in the eye, put somebody's eye out, probably. Okay? And he's been in prison for 16 years. So you think he hasn't gotten into a fight? Of course he has. Of course he has. And my question is, a woman, well, you didn't have anything to offer the woman. You work at Pizza Hut, you got a baby, single, talking like this. This is what women mean. This is what a lot of women mean when they say toxic masculinity. This is what a lot of women mean. Okay? I mean, it's always associated with the traditional masculinity, house, home, cook, clean, all that stuff that are harmful to these days to men and women, right? It doesn't mean that masculinity is harmful. We're not saying that. It just targets the toxic traits that discourage you being simpish, having emotional expressions, being vulnerable, and having healthy relationships. It targets all those things and decides that it doesn't want to represent those. Toxic masculinity, I hate that word, but he is one of those people that represents that. Bottle up your feelings. Don't let anybody talk about feelings. Don't have any empathy or sympathy for anybody else. Weakness is something to have disdain for weakness, for female weakness, violence, intimidation, control. These are all traits that women associate with toxic masculinity. Viewing as anger as the only emotion that a man can express. Sexually, only real men are sexually dominant or entitled to sex. Disrespecting women as conquests, as hoes. Going off on men that may be gay, who may be different, who might be slightly less toxic, belittling women, feminine stuff. These are all traits of toxic masculinity. That's what we call that. Okay? That's what we call that. And this man represented all of that. He represented all of that we couldn't stand. Okay? All of that. And this is how he went off on the women. The women. Went off on the women. Let me show you. And I was like, how dare you? What's going on with this man? What the hell is wrong with this man that he would decide that he's just going to go off on the women, ain't going to concern himself about what he's saying?
Or she probably one of them ones with who cares, she don't qualify. You know, brother, you know how good I look. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Hey, Kendra, let's stop the playing. Let's stop the fake humility. You know what it is. You just don't qualify, baby, and that's okay. That's all right. You know what I'm saying? I still wish you the best, sister.
And what do you think she doesn't have to qualify?
Say it again.
What do you think she doesn't have to qualify for you?
I don't know. Maybe something I said. What I've noticed, Kendra, I'm gonna be honest. Let me just get real on here. This country is very particular, or this country is like certain black men.
Okay, see, this is where I have to explain. And I've heard it a couple times. Wait a minute, let him finish first.
They like either some sucker, simp, some ball player who gonna run, jump, step and fetch, some comedian who can tell jokes, or whether he's of an alternative lifestyle. Those are the type of black men this country is very comfortable with. I've noticed this from my life experiences. This country is very uncomfortable with strong, capable black men who stay.
No, we are not uncomfortable with strong, capable men. That's not the problem. I just explained to you the problem. The problem is what you do or how you express yourself as a man. You want to make sure the only thing you express is anger, control. Females are weak. Females haven't contributed anything. Females don't make anything. Females gonna go for whatever I tell them to go. Violence, intimidation. If you express your emotions, you're not a man. If you haven't had sexual conquest, you're not a man. Men objectifying women as conquest, as things, as boxes. I'm the alpha man. You got to do what I say, and I know better than you, and I'm going to train and teach you. Those are traits of the toxic masculinity. That's what women are saying. They're saying they don't want that. So if you all feel that women are attacking that, then so be it. But that's what they consider toxic masculinity. And I get that from the dominant people of society, the white people from society. I went over there and I looked up what toxic masculinity meant to them. And this is what they said. This is what they said. It's that control. It's that entitlement. It's that alpha male standard. Women didn't create anything. Women are not worth anything. Women are just box. Blah, blah, blah. And if a man is a simp, then he's a simp. He's no good. I got that from the dominant culture in society, dominant race in society. It wasn't from our side. And our side represents that very much. And women are saying they don't want that. So that's all I'm saying. That's how that comes about. Okay? This is wild, fascinating. Saying this stuff on this dating show. Yes.
Stand on what they say, mean what they mean, and do things.
And he's doing all of the traits that I just mentioned. He's doing all of them.
It's their own way. So I really don't have a problem with that. I've noticed that a lot at my daughters. Whenever I take my daughter places, and I've noticed a lot of that. So it has been black women who have hated a black man taking care of his child alone the most.
No, black women don't resent you taking care of your child. We've never resented men taking care of your child. We've resented the fact that black men have walked away from the women that they gave birth to, that they gave children to. Instead of marrying these black women, they run off on these black women or go away on these black women, all because they concern themselves about how the black woman feels or how they feel, instead of concerning themselves about the child. Black women don't care whether you have a child or not. It's not what's going on here.
Most. That's facts. So, and it's funny, the same women that say black men don't take care of their children, but yet here I am doing what you said that black men don't do. So, I like I said, I don't subscribe to none of that, Kendra. It's all phony. It's all cap. When I come through smelling like Creed, looking like I look, you know what I'm saying? 6'1". Hey, what's up, baby? What's happening? Yeah, you be ready.
Yeah, but it's like a smooth. It's like a smooth rat. It's like a smooth rat. Slick men are unattractive. But some of you women fall for this. And then you end up pregnant, or you end up beat, or you end up here or there, because this man is the way he is. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to go over there and you want to deal with him, you go over there and deal with him. Okay? But be aware of what you're doing. Be aware of what you're asking for. Be aware of what it is. This is crazy. Okay? This was crazy. And I said, when I read that, when I heard this guy, I was like, boy, is this a clown right here? This was a clown because he just got out of jail, just got out of prison, dragging along a half white baby, living in a shelter, all of that, just crazy. Cap, how? I don't understand what you mean by cap. Triple X. I don't understand what you mean. Soon as somebody my age or Tracy's age and a female come up and explain to me what I got wrong, I don't believe nobody else but that somebody that's in our age bracket. Anybody else in our age bracket can't relate to what she's talking about. I'm in her age bracket. I can relate to what she's talking about. So I said what I thought she was doing. You all can't read her mind. I can be close to it, but y'all definitely can't read it if you ain't no woman and you ain't 50 years old. But anyway, this guy is asking for a fit, feminine, and friendly woman. She got to take care of somebody else's baby. She probably can't open her mouth. He violent. What does she have to go over there for? What does she have to go over? And he's a passport bro. He's a passport bro. I don't know whether one of these guys is a passport bro or other one is passport bro or not. All I know is he brought all that toxic masculinity over to Kendra's. This is when people say, what's toxic masculinity? This is the example of that. All of the bad traits, all of the traits in one person. Okay. And if this is his real personality, that's crazy. And then we sit here and we wonder why our marriages and relationships don't last. Why our relation, and people say, well, why women leave? Women leave because of things like this, because of relationships like this, because of men like this. I'm not saying all men are like that. I'm saying this is an example of toxic masculinity. People say, I saw Dr. Steele say, no, there's no such thing. Yes, it is. The white dominant culture says there's a toxic masculinity, and I believe it. Because all of the characteristics that they listed, this man has. Okay. And I was embarrassed for Kendra because he was downgrading all the women, and Kendra is a black female. But she didn't feel the need to address it until later on, right? Until after he came back the second time. Which is cool. You can address whoever you want to address whenever you want to address them. But she always has smoke for the women. But if you don't have smoke for the women.
So that's why I say, Kendra,
if you don't have smoke for the women, or you do have smoke for the women at the time, then you needed to have smoke for that man. Because after you had to reflect on that, all of that he threw at you, it was embarrassing to watch. But that was just one of the goofy characters that Kendra encountered. That was one of the goofy characters that Kendra encountered in the past 2 weeks. And that was okay. If it would have just been one person, but it was more than one person. It was another goofy character that jumped up there. God only knows why. What was going on? That she had to hit all these goofy characters in 2 weeks. Okay? He was on the dating show saying all of this wild stuff. Triple X.
Well, there's a lot of weird people out here, HQ. Like, we have to be real now.
I know, but dang. In 2 weeks? In 2 weeks?
And apps, dating apps are going to attract a lot of weird people. So, yeah, she should be. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened every other day. You talking about 2 weeks?
I mean, this all happened in 2 weeks. I haven't read no crash out for the women, not so far, in the last 2 weeks. But these men, I'm like, where the hell did all these men come from? What the hell?
Well, yeah, I mean, when it comes to extremes, that is one thing I will give you, HQ. Now, I'm a fair guy. When it comes to extremes, like I mean, that's a man's domain, you know, like really, you know what I'm saying? Like extreme. Like, cause think about it. It's super rare to see like a diamond. You see what I'm saying? Like, diamond that was on Single by Choices. To get a woman that extreme up there is just, it's super rare.
Right.
You're more likely to find men diamond come up on there than you are a female diamond, so to say.
But this week, this last 2 weeks has been.
Yeah, you got two of them.
Three of them.
Who?
Three.
Who was the other guy again?
This guy in the red. You see the guy?
Right. Him,
that man.
The homeless shelter guy. And who was the third?
And the 79-year-old pretending to be 79-year-old.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was crazy too.
All within 2 weeks. What the hell?
Yeah.
So I was just going over and reviewing what the hell was going on. Because none of the women, you notice none of the women are standing out real bizarre, right? This week. Ain't none of the women standing out bizarre like this. It's all
right.
Like, what the hell, Cratch?
That's what I'm saying, HQ. I was like, extremes is really a man's domain. Right. It's definitely women extremes, but I know what you mean. Like, because I want to be clear too. We see extremes on SBC every night, but I know what you're saying. Like, you really taking it there, like these guys.
These guys is like
right. Where you really are diamond.
This is when the men looked at these men, and the men said, "Oh hell."
Yeah, right. But the same could be said for diamond. Even as a woman, you have to just be like, "Dang, didn't you?"
Yeah, but I was like surprised that the men.
Yeah,
it was like even the men looked at these men and said, "Y'all goofy."
Yeah, because they are.
And you know what? I believe they all passport bros.
I'm gonna say this: out of the three, this guy was probably the most normal, and he was actually successful too. But I'm not giving him a pass saying this is a normal guy, because it's not. You know, but it's still a lot going on with this guy. He's still an extreme, still weirdo vibes. So he gave off the
weirdo vibe. It wasn't what he said, it was his behavior.
That's what I said. The vibes. Yeah, the behavior is the vibes.
And then look at this. He's a passport bro, right? Passport.
What do you got against passport bros? You keep mentioning.
I don't have anything against passport bro. I'm just saying most men don't come up here and say they did passport. They've been doing passport stuff.
Yeah, they don't call it out. Right. I think he was trying to go after Kendra a little bit by doing that too.
Right. Yeah. So I was like, wait a minute, what's going on when he's saying? Why is he saying what? But and I was like, oh man.
But I'm gonna say this though, HQ. Right. What you got to understand, though, that's a really layered conversation that brother was having with Kendra. This brother here, especially about women's age.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say this, and this is controversial.
Well.
And this would be kind of, this will put a lot of men in a conundrum, you know. But the reality is, if you really out there mashing and you that guy and you somehow found yourself single at 40 years old, if that 19-year-old supermodel approaches you, that young Naomi Campbell, Sade, or Holly Berry, or whoever your flavor of the month is, you know, whatever your 9 or 10 is, if she approaches you and like, hey, I like you, what are you going to do as a man? You know? And a lot of guys wouldn't be ready for that conversation.
But here's the thing. The thing. It's not a matter of saying, I'm not going to pass this up. Of course.
Yeah, it's either you're going to mess with it or not. That's what I'm saying. Only two. You only got two options.
Right. But he said his preference.
He said that's his preference. But HQ though, messing with it is messing with it regardless. I understand what you're saying on the preference, but yeah, if you decide to mess with it, messing with it.
It's still slimy to a certain extent
Because like I say, I don't. It's a slippery slope.
No,
And I understand why you feel that way.
Wait a minute, no, it's not that I just feel that way. It's most people feel that way.
Most
because
will.
He never would have stood out because he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything that was controversial. Yeah. Everything he probably said was normal, except that he liked 18-year-old girls. That was the only thing.
But that's what I was begging the question though, HQ. Even if like I'm just saying, even if a guy never makes that statement, and let's say it's not, if you're approached with that, what are you going to do? Is the question. You know, if you're messing with it or you're not.
Either you're attracted to 18-year-olds or you're not. Most men are not attracted to 18-year-olds when they're 40-some years old. Most are not. She's a beautiful woman, but I would never go over there and talk to no 18-year-old.
Yeah, but you gotta listen to what the scenario I laid out though, HQ. I said the scenario, the chick was checking for the guy. You know, normally it wouldn't happen like that. But I agree. Weirdo vibes, what would be considered weird was what's going to be considered weird. It is what it is. This particular guy, he had predator vibes the way he was going about it. And it was just the way he was going about it, it just he seemed like he was on something to a degree.
Right.
I'm not gonna I ain't up here to defend him, that's for damn sure.
Let's hold on. Let's get him.
What age range was you?
And this is when it starts. This is when it starts. And he's perfectly normal, but why did he go down this? Why not that he went? Why did the people, when they thought about it, when we kept thinking about it, he kept saying it. Why did the script go from Playboy? Hey, I'm dealing with some young girls here. Hey, to
Well, a lot of that, he was trying to. He was trying to take shots at Kendra too. Yeah, cause
she older. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, she's an older girl.
No, they same age.
Yeah. No, well, older than he dates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He the same age as her.
Yeah, they 44. She 44. He's 44, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He 44. She 45. She about to be 46.
Oh, okay.
So and like I said. You know, I'm not up here to criticize anybody or age or anything, but when he brought that up, it triggered her to a degree. Yeah. You know, and I get it.
This is the beginning, so let's listen to the beginning.
I gotta get with you about that Tracy thing, but we're gonna let this play because that was crazy.
What age range would you like to date?
I would say 18 to.
We can't say 18.
19.
So hold on, real quick. Because of the social media platform, I do the lowest 21. So at 44 years old, you would date an 18-year-old girl?
It's legal.
Now, Tyree.
Oh, Kendra. Kendra.
I'm gonna respect your preference, but I just feel like you will date a girl who can't even have a drink with you.
I don't drink.
Oh, you don't drink. Okay. Well, you got me there. But ask me, I'm just curious. I want to get the mindset. I don't want to be judgmental. I want to understand. Why would you want somebody as young as 18 as a girl?
I'm just, you asked the range. I'm saying like if like that person presented themselves and met all the, criteria, then that would be an option. But like probably not because they're super immature. They're probably, even 26-year-olds are immature. So, you never know what you're going to get these days. Yeah, so, but.
Yeah, but the chances of her being way, way immature is very high when she's 18. Okay? That's the whole point we're trying to say. She has very little experience as an adult. Don't give me the bullshit about, no, they don't. Yes, they do. They don't have enough experience to deal with a man that's 44 years old. They have very limited mental experience when it comes to an adult male. That's the whole point. That's why we have a whole bunch of females that are young getting pregnant, because they're not even concerning themselves about the future. They're just living for the day. And that's the whole point of being emotionally mature, dealing with a woman that's emotionally mature compared to this kid. And I think of them as kids at 18. That's just me.
Well, look, yeah, HQ, you don't have no pushback from me. You know, for where I'm at in the game, that is a kid. You know, that's a very young woman. So,
I mean, I definitely would, even if I was a man and I was 44.
But you're not a man, HQ, though.
What I'm saying,
you gotta be careful.
Oh, so you make it sound like you approve of this.
No. I just said no. I just said that is not the age for me. I've said that multiple times up here. I'm not approving of it, but you're saying if you was a man, I'm just letting you know, like. No,
I'm saying if I was a man, she wouldn't even come. Somebody that's 18 and I'm 40 wouldn't even come up to the level of me. There would be nothing for me to go over there for, unless I'm just flipping chicks. There would be no reason for me to go over.
Well, if you pay
no mental stimulation, no nothing.
If you listen to the interview, right. If you listen to the interview though, HQ, two things. He said he wasn't looking for that from those young girls. Remember, he specifically said,
"I'm hunting bodies."
Yeah, he said he was looking for them just for the layup and bedroom Olympics.
And in that that context, that would make him even more creepy.
Yeah, hey, I don't deny that. But he wasn't looking, but just to let you know, he wasn't looking for the intellectual match and all that from those women. So it is what it is. Because what he mentioned, he was talking about checking his catch up. That's the tricking, you know? So
and
I'm anti-tricking. I'm not an advocate for tricking.
And
I feel like women, only riders get resources.
Mm-hmm.
Only riders get resources.
Right.
Yeah, ain't no tricking.
Right. That's the way it should be.
Riders get resourses.
Because you can find writers. You can find writers that are just as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why the hell would I trick that? Why would I be tricking off money when I can get a regular woman to go along regularly without putting out money like that?
Facts. Exactly. Nah,
exactly.
It ain't
like he ugly. It ain't like he ugly and he's fugly and he can't do it. He could just get it off his look and height and charm alone. Look, that's crazy to me. You tricking.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a weird guy. So.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Hey Zeus, what's happening? Oh, he ain't there. Okay.
So
Zeus
up here?
Hey, yeah. Somebody
is that you or him?
Basically meets those qualities and within the range. I probably wouldn't go above unless they're gonna have to be like a super MILF to go above 40.
I hate when that happens.
Okay, that's fair. So I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but I'm going to spend some time here. So bear with me for a second. So you would date a person younger than your children?
I have. Yes.
You have.
I do.
You do. So that's and that's not odd. That doesn't feel any way to you.
How would it? It's legal.
I mean, okay, yes. Listen, legal. There's no charges. Absolutely. You're gonna so this is not a court of law. This is more for, I guess, again, I'm trying to understand the mindset because this is what I hear, right? And I sit here, I've been sitting here for 5 years now. So granted, I mean, again, you have to be 21 to be on the show. But we've had women who are 21 request, well, I would say 25-ish, 23-ish, request men in their 40s. So I'm definitely used to that. I'm used to, I've heard that before of a 23-year-old girl want a man 40 and up.
Yeah, but she wants him for the money. But that's okay. But he's not trying to keep none of those women. He's just trying to flip meat. That's all he's trying to do is flip meat. See? And that's his problem. He's only trying to flip meat. If it'd be different, and it's not even different, even if he wanted to have Either way it goes, it's creepy as hell. That's all.
What you got on this, Zeus?
Yeah, Zeus. No, I think he's still putting shit together.
Okay.
I guess when you said 18, it's like the imagination goes to
Well, I didn't mean like literally 18. I'm just saying like that what's the legal age?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. What is the youngest you would date? Because
But see, you have to understand, he is a passport bro too. I'm assuming the passports bros be doing their thing overseas and they not concerning themselves about age. This is where I get that he get this mentality from. Is that, could I be wrong? Am I off because of that? I don't know.
the age range. So I'm only going off of it because you said.
So I probably would say like seriously dating or just indoor Olympics type activities.
Okay, you can give me both numbers if you desire.
Sorry, say that again.
I said you give me both numbers.
Yeah, I would say seriously probably 24, 25.
Okay. So, and then, so you know what? And the reason I even got there because you mentioned that the woman doesn't have to work. So I was like, okay, this has to be a younger girl. And then you said she could work for you. So it wouldn't be. So would a woman with her own career turn you off?
As long as she doesn't have like a boss chick attitude, it wouldn't turn me off.
Okay.
As long as she still makes those core.
See, I don't understand why why the men get on here and start saying the same. Y'all all say that they all say the same thing.
Hey, HQ.
That's a turn off. I'm telling y'all, it's a turn off to a lot of women. That's a turn off to a lot of women.
What man?
Wow.
Honestly, think about this, HQ.
What?
What honest man would want a bossy woman? Like, especially a successful man. Think about that.
Most men are average. There's no such thing as a.
But do you still think they want a bossy woman?
They want. You guys are not concerned about whether she bossy or not. Y'all concerned.
Oh man, he just said, "Boy, come on."
HQ, that was excellent. HQ, that was excellent. You didn't answer the question at all. You just deflected.
Yes,
You're amazing. You're amazing.
Of course he did.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Two gaslighting.
See, no, I'm not. Wait a minute, hold up.
Bullshit.
If that chick, so y'all telling me, if that chick was hot as hell, you'd worry about whether she was boss or not.
You act like there's only one hot chick. You act like there is just one hot chick.
Yo hot chick.
Anyway, what's your question for me, HQ?
Yo hot chick. Wait a minute, hold on. Yo hot chick. Your hot chick.
I work with a lot of hot chicks, and I'm just going to tell you right now, that's really good for 5 minutes. When you have a stank attitude, that will take over and that will burn every network, everything you're trying to build.
Facts.
Yeah, but boss chick, not all boss chicks are.
Yes, they are.
When you say boss chick,
not all boss
queen,
chicks have
mommy entrepreneur, all these other things, to me, they're defense mechanisms. Because somebody who's really good, the people who I work with who are really good don't even flinch on those titles. They don't even gravitate towards those titles because they busy doing stuff. They busy getting results. Anyway, what's your question for me about this guy?
This guy, why did it flip from normal everyday? Everything about him would be normal. If he would have said, I'm looking for a lady 35 or over, blah, 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 he'd have been fine. Why did he flip from being fine to being creepy?
One, he works in tech. Two, he said something that by policy is right. One, no guy in here, nobody on the list, and I'm going to speak for all of us, he is not our messenger. He is not our messenger. He has great elements. And then he has great flaws. Anytime somebody stands on policy versus what is humanly correct, that's the human flaw. AKA, I'm just going to mention the case. O.J. Simpson in a court of law was innocent.
Mm-hmm.
On the street, he was guilty. Make sense? Mm-hmm. This guy is guilty on the streets. He's quoting policy, but I'm gonna tell you the trap that the bird set for him is Kendra said, "What age, blah, blah, blah." And she goes, "I don't want to talk about it." And then she started talking about it. That's what Kendra did. And then she just kept coming back to it because she's about the content.
Right.
AKA, he's talking about who he would have playtime with, which is killing his brand. But he's not smart enough to understand that, because if you hear his whole conversation, he doesn't have a male figure or a father figure to say, "Hey, chill out on that." When you at the bar and the guy's drinking too much, another guy will come to him being like, "Hey, man, why don't you drink this water here? Why don't you take this Coke for a minute? Hey, let me talk to you for a second."
Somebody asked a comment. What's humanly correct? What do you mean?
When I say humanly, like a policy. So by policy, he can date, and probably some stage, you can marry somebody who's 16. He shouldn't be fishing in that tank. That's what we're all agreeing on.
Right.
You can have sex with somebody who's 16. You can have sex with somebody who's 18. We shouldn't be fishing in that tank because he's coaching kids. That's not humanly correct. Yes, she can have. That's what we're saying.
Oh, okay.
That shouldn't even be on the table. Like, him explaining it makes it worse.
And then I wondered why men didn't resonate with that at first when he said it. Now you're explaining it. You're explaining he's also a mentor. He's also a coach. He's also a person that's in a level of trust when it comes to children, which makes it even worse.
Bingo.
Okay, I got you now. I got you. Because most men be like, "Damn, she's 17. She 18. Oh, 18, and she coming on to me, and I'm gonna take it, right?" But then now, if you look at it like that, what you doing over there coaching them kids? Are you over there praying on them girls? Are you looking at them 16-year-olds waiting until they turn 18? What you doing over there? Okay.
Right. You don't put questions on the table that you don't want to have to answer. I worked as a coach with younger kids. Actually, one of my kids just got 2 kids, husband, family. Even the grandpa came up and met with me. And the common thing was, I never put myself in positions where I had to answer questions I didn't want to answer.
I got you. See, I wasn't thinking about that at all. And then I was like, something is wrong. Why men ain't on board with this goofy behavior? And you explained to me very well. I get it.
Because I love you, HQ, because I love you.
Thank you. Then we got our final candidate. Oh my God. See, that dude wasn't even worth. We already knew what was wrong with him. He was creepola on the Becky side, the Becky Slayer. This guy was a little bit different. I couldn't figure out what the hell was his gig? What the hell was going on? Why would you need to get on the internet and pretend like you're 79 years old?
Clout.
I think you did a good job of calling that out, HQ, because it didn't resonate right with you. And you pointed out, okay, there must be a scam or something behind it. And it was some nonsense behind it.
That's crazy. So I saw the limited version of this video, and I did a thing on this. Okay. And I did a reaction to the limited part. This is the full video, and it's only like 20 minutes. So let's check it out. Where did he go off the rails, and why did he go off the rails? Hey, Jay.
What's up, HQ? We got the matching colors on.
Hey. Here you
go. Our new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.
Okay.
Well,
download the app, Ty Pro.
Let's start with the school. So we asked you, what grade did you said you didn't go to high school, you did 10th grade, then you said 9th grade, you never did no college, but your profile says you got a master's degree. So which one is the lie? Well, how old are you?
79.
You're not 79.
June 26, 1945.
You're 79?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't believe it. You look way younger.
I've been featured on a lot of different blogs and others.
So did anybody find out whether he was doing that on other shows too, and people believed that he was 79? Because he says he was on other shows and other things for the past 2 years, pretending like he was 79, and people believed him. But nobody looked at
49.
Yeah.
He ain't no 79, man.
I saw when he stood up and he moved the chair back to show his body, I was like, ain't no way that's a 79-year-old. Ain't no way. But they still took it like, well, I can understand Kendra believing it, but the Kendra cousin should never have believed it. I'm saying he been on this internet for 2 years pretending like he's 79 years old.
I think they were skeptical from jump when he first announced it, and they started researching him, and eventually they got him out.
Mm-hmm.
They got him out of there.
But on here, he ain't even trying to say that. He's just trying to say, I lied because my high school diploma.
For being a handsome older black male.
You're gonna be 80 this year?
Yes, ma'am.
What? They want to know what year did you graduate high school?
I never graduated from high school.
You graduate from college?
Nope. I was in the
streets. Did you ever go to high school?
I was in the streets for a very long time.
So you never went to high school?
No. I did 9th grade. I'm sorry. So I never graduated.
What year was that?
I'm not sure. That was so long ago.
This dude is not 79 years old, man.
Of course, we know he ain't 79 now. He's been caught out. This is the second interview after. He didn't look 79 when he first did it. This is the second interview after he gets caught and Kendra pulls him out of it.
Okay, HQ, we know you fired up. But I'm just going to say this. On the average, she needs men.
Yep.
She does not. When she does get men on here, she always grills them on some nonsense. Now, don't get me wrong. This guy's not the messenger.
Yeah.
But that's why she gets trolled by guys. Because the average Joe, she not going to highlight that guy. Ashley Dalton, not going to highlight the average Joe.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Good point, Zeus.
We just want to verify your age with some type of things that we can all pinpoint. So now you ain't never go to college or high school, so we can't pinpoint that year. How you never went to college, but you got master's degree on the Kendra G Singles dating app. So which one is the lie?
Lied in the profile.
He's a master liar.
So now we know you a liar. That's what a liar does. A liar lies.
Kendra.
Well, hold on, pause. No, because I talked to your ass for 20 minutes. And then everybody been sending me your TikToks and telling me you've been lying about your age for a while. So why'd you lie to my face? So you lied about having a master's degree.
Can I speak now?
I pause.
Okay. The reason why is because I'm embarrassed. You know, who wants to put in a profile? Yeah, I dropped out of high school. Be for real.
Just
Who's
put
going
it,
to put that in their
stupid.
profile? No one in here is going to put in their profile, I dropped out of high school. I didn't get past the 9th grade. Who's going to put that? Be for real.
That's all they would have had to put was I graduated from high school and not even worried about it. And when they met the person, then they could have explained. It's just, I don't get it.
Ain't nobody really gonna check for you if you say you graduated from high school. Nobody's checking for that unless it's a job.
Right.
Why are we breaking down this dude's nonsense? Just put him in the. Whenever I hear somebody and they just full of nonsense, I'm done with the conversation. Because the more you catch them in lie, if you catch them in 1 or 2 lies, they just gonna keep spiraling.
Yeah, but the only lie Kendra knew about was this high school lie, and she kind of figured out that he wasn't 79, but the whole profile was a lie.
Kendra likes anything that's drama, and she's all about that for ratings and views and stuff. I agree with Zeus. If you let somebody waste 10 minutes of your time, 8 minutes of it was your fault.
Right.
Would you?
Well, first of all,
would you
said it on the show. Saying you on the show.
I'm asking you a question.
Saying you on the show.
Would you put that in your profile?
Why didn't you lie on the show?
Say that again.
Why? Because the thing is, I can't give you any empathy there because on the live show, you should have continued to lie. But you didn't continue to lie because then he was going to ask you about.
You guys are making assumptions.
Hold on, we both can't talk, so I'm going to give you a chance to respond. So with the way that you just said, because you asked me the question, would I be embarrassed? Yeah, I would be embarrassed. That's why I made sure I graduated from college. But outside of that point, you said to me, you didn't even go to college. So you should have said there, it's the lie should have been live, not on the app. Saying it live to me that you never went to college would be worse if you were trying not to have that shame.
Well, I wasn't expecting that I actually get.
Liars move a lot in the shares. When people
I swing a lot regardless.
And that's because you lie a lot.
I don't trust people who can't stop moving.
what you're not going to do is put out that I'm a liar. Okay, we're not.
Well, no. First of all, we confirmed you're a liar. We
You
didn't
didn't
confirm
confirm
the
anything.
lie.
I saw the recap or whatever.
Well, yeah. So
I mean,
hold on.
You can't go based off of somebody else.
I actually talked to that big 9-month-old man who had that 9-month-old baby. Sure did. I talked to him.
It's personal opinion.
But no. We're not talking about that. That's why I said let's start with
Oh, piece of shop dude.
Yeah, pieces I do.
We can confirm. And the first lie. So I'm not confirming you're a liar. You are confirming yourself that you're a liar because you lied.
About my education.
So, okay, but either way, liar is liar. So you lie. This is not something I'm making up.
Have you ever lied?
And my whole point was, why did you bring your ass on the Kendra G show when you already was on here for 2 years doing what you had to do and you wasn't exposed? Then you got on the international platform and got yourself deleted, got your whole profile deleted, even though he'd been on the internet for 2 years doing this. Was he making money doing this? What made you come on Kendra G and thought that nobody was going to get you or expose you? Who was it? The SBC gang exposed him? Who exposed him?
Feminine energy exposed him. That's what it was.
Some of the what?
Feminine. So when somebody wants a lot of attention, after a while, that becomes very effeminate. Like him getting up there and going back and forth with Kendra versus saying, okay, I can see your point and just moving on. He's not doing that.
Wait, listen, hold on, boo-boo. You called me. I do the interview. And we talking to you right now. This is what liars do. Liars like to deflect.
I'm not deflecting.
So when liars get caught in the corner,
have you ever lied?
I'm gonna show you how men do, ladies, if you don't know. When they want to start,
Have
when
you
they
ever
don't
lied?
want the
Why can't
energy
you answer the
to be
question?
on them no
So you're
more,
perfect and
they
you've
try to
never
put
lied
the
on
energy
anything.
on you.
You're
See how
perfect
you
and
trying
you've
to say
never
it's
lied on
anything.
anything.
What you not?
You've never
Lord,
lied,
you not,
Kendra.
baby. You know you
Kendra,
can't
have you
over,
ever lied?
baby. You know that you
Kendra,
can't talk
have
over
you
my
ever
show. I
lied?
can hang you up. Do you want to
You can
stay
hang me
on the show? Or you want to be
That's
gone?
perfectly fine. But I'm
What do you want to
asking,
do?
have you ever lied?
No, you can't. How about this? It costs $5,000 to ask me a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you want to, if you want to continue having
Thanks,
questions,
G
it costs
Honda.
$5,000. Do you have
Where the
$5,000
cash
to
at?
ask
I
me
got
a
5.
question?
Are you going to answer?
Hey, yeah, hilarious, Jay.
$5,000. You can ask. You can't ask me no
Ask
question.
you, have you ever lied?
No, you
Oh,
can't ask me a
man.
question. It costs $5,000.
Why can't I
ask me a
ask you a question?
No. You called to my show to be interviewed. So that's what.
He made her look even more crazy, right? He made her look even more crazy. And I said, Kendra, how you got all you goofy people on the show? What's going on with the men? Is something in the water? What's going on? But that wasn't the end
Different
of
kinds
it.
of attention.
This is crazy. And this wasn't the end of it. But I had my last guy. He wasn't necessarily a crash out, right? But it was interesting nonetheless. Not this guy. Not this guy. This guy was good. I bet you we ain't gonna hear from that guy ever again. I bet you we won't hear from him ever again. The one she just got done with. Because there ain't nothing to say to this guy. Hold on.
I want to say there's different types of attention. There's attention that you get inherently just from being you. And then there's seeking attention. So seeking attention is a more effeminate trait, is what Zeus was saying.
With fame or infamy or whatever the hell they trying to get.
Correct. I appreciate you saying that. And what another level of attention is, some people love attention, whether it's positive or negative. They will, because you go, okay, well, why wouldn't they hang up? Why wouldn't they disconnect? What? Because they love being in it. With that said, that was the guy who was doing the 18-year-olds. He was all there for it.
Right.
He was the prove me wrong guy.
Where we going? What we got to do with this last character? This is an interesting character right here.
Hey. Hi, you ready, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Where you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Vancouver.
Hey.
Is that where you live?
Oh, he in Vancouver. He right up here.
Well, yes. No, I moved here from Toronto.
From
I
Toronto.
was born in Toronto, so let me take off my hat.
What is your name? Is your name Jason?
Canadian.
Yeah, Jason. Sure.
Jason, and you're in Vancouver, Canada.
Yes.
Okay. How old are you, Jason?
I'm 47.
47. What you do for a living?
I run Freedom Academy, academy.com, PencePowerClub.com, Toronto Poets, and Dream Livers Club Incorporated. I'm a serial entrepreneur. ordained minister. I retired 2 years ago with $1 million exit, and I started freedomacademy.com. It's spelled
Wait.
P-H-R-E.
Okay, we don't gotta spell out the website. Just tell me the occupation. What is your job?
Serial entrepreneur. Okay. I came here for a movie project. I wrote my first book in grade 5 about becoming prime minister, and I'm running next decade.
Okay, so you seem very accomplished.
Wait,
That's
what?
why it's
All cap.
hard for
All
me
cap.
to find.
Wait, what? What did
Nothing
he say?
substantial.
What the hell did I hear? I heard some nonsense.
I don't play spades type, bro. I play Uno.
And she would be first lady of Canada. So
why is it
Not
hard
that
for
many.
you?
because she would be like Michelle, but I didn't meet her in law school. I didn't go to law school. I am an entrepreneur. So I used to work at Microsoft, and essentially I was diagnosed with genius illness when I planned my career on one document in 1999.
I could go downtown for a week. I guarantee I could find this
talking to you within, I don't know, seconds.
I got one question though. What's genius illness?
I don't know. I could go downtown for 1 week though, and I guarantee you I will stumble across this dude because it's not many of us over here. I
you
guarantee it.
All your accomplishments. So when you lead with that, you're gonna get a woman that's gonna focus on that first. So you can't lead with that and then call it a curse.
Absolutely, Rap MD TV. Absolutely. I don't know where they get that. That's only on this internet. Only on.
No, he in Vancouver. He in Vancouver type, bro. I think I know where he is with that background too.
Say what?
I think I know where he is. I'm looking at the background and I see where that is. He at the I forgot what it is. It's like a Best Buy or Circuit City, one of those things that used to be there. But that's the thing downtown where the glass is like that, and it's an escalator from the first floor down because the store is above and below.
Okay, that's an escalator that I see right there.
I think I know exactly where he is.
Project. Whether or not I lead with that or not, like when I'm recruiting, you have to
understand. Hold on, we're not recruiting for your movie project. You're here to find a woman. Is that what you're here for?
No, my wife is going to be.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Focus on that first. So you can't lead with.
Hold on.
You.
Because she would be like Michelle, but I didn't meet her in law school. I didn't go to law school. I am an entrepreneur. So I used to work at Microsoft, and essentially I was diagnosed with genius illness when I planned my career on one document in 1999. And I retired 22 years ago.
I'm probably talking to you within, I don't know, seconds, and you led with all your accomplishments. So when you lead with that, you're going to get a woman that's going to focus on that first. So you can't lead with that and then call it a curse.
It is what it is. I am who I am. It's already, I have to recruit for my movie project, whether or not I lead with that or not. Like when I'm recruiting, you have to understand.
But hold on, we're not recruiting for your movie project. You're here to find a woman. Is that what you're here for?
No, my wife is going to be my co-founder. So, and she would be first lady. Like I'm a public figure. So it's like saying that when, who's an example? It's like saying if Gabrielle Union was single, she shouldn't.
Wild. What?
Okay, so as much as we're putting him under the microscope, I'm gonna tell you what prototype he is. You ready? Larry King. Larry King had like 8 wives. He was the late night interview guy, and he was the king of interviews. He got everybody.
Right.
If something happened, he got everybody. He had 8 wives. Whatever his wife's profession was, he was able to tap in and get them leverage in that field. That's what this guy is saying. But look at Larry King talking to somebody in public. It's a nightmare. Like this guy right here, you at the bus stop, you like, damn, I'll walk. With that said, I'm in.
Get him, Zeus. Get him.
Not lead with that she's a movie star.
This is
it's known.
Are you comparing yourself? Are you comparing your fame to Gabrielle Union?
I absolutely in Canada. I am accomplished in Canada. It doesn't matter. That's just an example.
It's not a good example though, because Gabrielle Union, hold on, and I'm not taking away from your accomplishments, but Gabrielle Union is worldwide known. So
no, obviously not, but it's still an example. And maybe this is a genius. It's an example so that what I'm saying is, regardless of whether she said who she was or not, there are some people that might not have heard of her, but regardless of whether she says who she was or not, eventually the person will find out. So eventually she will find out that I'm running for Prime Minister of Canada. So whether I lead with that or not,
Whoa.
it's a role that
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the hell going on? You better
He
come
said
get
he
your
running for
boy.
prime minister.
You better come get your boy, Jay.
That ain't my boy, man. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. And Ty Pro said it, man. We as men is we not cut from the same cloth, man.
He said, what? He said, what?
That's why I came back everybody like that.
Hey, Jay, you're from US though, right?
Yeah, I'm American.
Yeah. I thought so.
Okay. What's going on?
And now you get attacked, even if you're
He's
the
from
spouse
Toronto.
of a politician.
Okay.
They kind of weird over there too.
Yeah, yes, Jason.
I'm waiting for marriage. Still.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
No, I'm waiting for marriage still.
Okay, I have to ask you the questions that I ask everyone, okay?
Sure.
So
sure.
Jason, Vancouver, 47. What's your zodiac sign?
Well, I get virgin, so it's like
You're a virgin?
I'm a Taurus. I'm waiting for marriage to do the baby making thing. So like I used to be the senior male administrator of over 15,000 Christian singles in Worth the Wait. I don't call myself a V because I've done some other things, but I haven't had intercourse yet.
So you're
Whoa. Wait a minute.
He put his mouth on something.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna let Zeus get this one first.
Wow.
So here's where I have something to say, and this isn't a shot towards Jay Tillman or anything.
What?
No.
Why
This
y'all
brother-
making Jay defend this dude?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm sorry. Let me back up because that sounded wrong.
Let it go, Zeus. Let it go. Let it rip.
Jay Tillman, I love you. That is not what I'm saying is this brother, as soon as he was on the screen, I already had his prototype. He told me and gave me more information. He is the black guy in the room that sisters don't want nothing to do with. When a white girl entertains him or some other race entertains him, now they got all kinds of ammunition and fire from him when they didn't want him in the first place.
Jay, get your man.
This is that guy.
Ty Pro, stop.
Don't nobody want him. And when some other race pick him up and he does his thing and he's successful, he gonna get the backlash.
But
That's not my point. I'm just want to show you this is one of those guys that's invisible to sisters. And when he get picked by somebody else,
I mean, he not catastrophically ugly.
He invisible to the other ones up here too. As soon as he maybe his features and stuff might get him to approach or let him approach him. But as soon as he open his mouth, they're gonna be like, okay, I have to go. Somebody's calling. He not.
This is where your skin start to crawl when he come over.
Yeah.
47. You've never had.
Oh, here he come again. Let's move.
I haven't had intercourse yet. I'm specific with that for a reason.
Okay, so you never put your penis inside a woman.
Correct.
Okay.
Dang, Kendra.
that's
Vancouver,
Kendra
47.
being low key. That's Kendra being low key, shady. Gotta throw jet.
Yeah, but it's
He
so
said it 3 times.
impossible. It's almost impossible to believe that
It don't matter. If he answered the question already, HQ, she asked him 3 times.
She didn't have to do that. Stop defending that, HQ.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I'm not defending that. I'm just saying she did.
You
did it because
She tried to embarrass that man. She tried to embarrass and she tried to emasculate him.
Yes, she does that a lot. She does that with black men and she does that with white women. She will. That's the only type of people she'll press when she gets on here like that.
Exactly.
Deal with the gaslighting. I see you, baby girl. I see you. I love you, but I see that gaslight.
She can't help
Never
it,
married.
man. She can't help it. Instigator.
No kids. He is a big deal. He has a public figure. So the woman he marries will have to be okay with that. So let's get to it. What kind of woman are you looking for?
You have not put your penis in a
Well,
woman's
it's like-
vagina.
look who we looking for. Oh Lord, who he looking for?
Ministry type plus really extroverted because like I travel, so my ex, I would say 2 and something years ago, I flew down to Georgia. So like, I literally meet people all over the world. But that was my last date in Georgia, like January 2022. So I haven't gone on an in-person date, but I believe in virtual vetting. Like basically I would do video dating first before I fly like somewhere. So like I have a 1-year program that's like basically a pre-engagement counseling program. So I help people with making sure they don't, I'm something like you, except not that known, but I have a program essentially to help people choose. So not like you.
So he's giving dating advice.
He do everything.
He do everything. He the prime minister.
Movies, books, prime minister, dating. He work at Google. Coach. What else he say?
He's a whatever business he's the
serial
guy.
Entrepreneur.
Whatever business you can come up with that you want to do, you can tell him 3 things about you. He can create a business plan for you. He can create the logo. He can do all that. He's saying he's on that adaptive genius level. He fails in the social level. He doesn't have what's called the rule of disclosure. When you meet him and he talks, you like, holy shit, I just asked him how he was doing.
Right.
With that,
he gonna have to prove the rest of that, Zeus. He gonna have to show me he know how to do all that stuff.
He can show you. He can show you. I'm not gonna be there. I'm gone. I'm already left the bus stop. I'm walking. Wherever I had to go, I'm walking.
That's wild.
But I have a ministry that's it's a 1-year pre-engagement counseling program. And for that reason, like I meet people all over the world, but I don't just like fly down to Georgia after, because I kind of got burnt with putting my house up for sale and flying down to Georgia after 4 months. So now my program's a year long of.
So let me jump in, Jason. I got to get clarity. So are you saying that you would, if you meet a woman, you have to virtually date her for a year first?
No, I would have to court. My program, I wouldn't get married before a year. Like basically, before it used to be 3 months, and I was thinking 3 months is long enough. But now I think all the seasons is good. That's what they used to teach at my church. And I was like, well, whatever. I could do it in 3 months. But I think it's wiser to see all seasons. So now I want to model the program so it would be a year. It depends where it is. Like, I guess, I could meet the person before that. But I wouldn't get married now.
Jumping off rooftops right now.
Okay.
Jumping off roofs.
Fair enough. Move back a little bit if you can. You're very close to the phone. Just a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So
why are women jumping off the roof?
Because he's just doing too much.
Yeah,
he's doing the most right now.
He's his year-long program of engagement. He's gonna court for a whole year. He went down to Georgia, sold his house, went down to Georgia, fell in love, and she probably robbed him of all his money. Then he had to come back to Canada because he went down there after 4 months of knowing a woman. He sold his house and went down there. You can't tell me she did. This is Georgia. That's Georgia now. Now you know there was some scammers down there.
I just want to.
Hey, not all Georgia. Come on now.
I ain't saying all Georgia. I'm just saying 93%.
I'm not as intelligent as you, so I got to ask direct questions. So if you meet a woman, I heard you say you stay in the light. You had good light, so I don't want you to lose the good light you had. Yeah, stay there. This is good.
He's moving around, Jay. You can tell.
So are you saying that you have to virtually go on a date with the woman before you go on a real date?
Oh yeah, I don't because
that's the lie.
Like, people understand I had 15,000 people in my group. If I went on a real date with each one of them. So
Jason, let me ask you this. Since you have such a big population already, why call me? Why call me if you have this big reach? You're reaching women. I
don't have a big reach.
I thought you said you had a big reach.
Right.
It's not, there's a difference, right? There were 15,000.
Right,
a lot of them were from Africa. Okay. Yeah. So it's a library. No.
What happened? What just happened?
Oh, it's the library. So he told me not to be too loud.
See what I just say? Didn't I just say that, HQ? Didn't I just say he had the library?
In terms of
you called it.
When somebody comes to my website, then they can see all of the things I've done, going all the way back to my grade 5.
So here, Jason, I don't want to.
If they haven't,
Listen, Jason, just so we can continue this interview, you cannot mention your website anymore, okay? So
okay.
I just want to make sure that we're clear. I understand you do stuff, but we can't plug the business and the
I won't
website
mention it again.
anymore.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. But
Um,
I was just explaining that once somebody meets me, then they're going to see all the things I've done, regardless of whether I say so or not.
no,
Obviously.
the question I'm asking you is clear. I'm saying if you have, because you
Feel
told
like
me
an
you meet people all the
investigator now.
time, you travel a lot, you already have a big database. Why would you need my show to meet a woman?
Right.
He was at the library
Well,
using the
I think
internet.
that it's
HQ.
so rare
I know exactly what he did. Yeah.
to be running for office that it's not easy to find somebody. So you would still have to look. It's such a rare thing to be running for public office that it's not easy to find somebody that is prepared for that calling. To be called to do that since grade 5 is very rare. So it's not easy to find.
That's wild. What is he? That's wild.
Everything about this man is exceptional.
Kendra, we keep scraping the bottom with these people in the Kendra's chat. What's going on?
It's not the problem of scraping the bottom. It's that Kendra loves to stay there and flesh it out with the people in the bottom. And she will find nonsense to flesh it out about.
Right. Because, I mean, she should have been done, had her interview with him over with.
Somebody that is prepared for that.
All right, let's continue.
And maybe she can't tell whether he on the cuckoo train or not. I don't know.
So what type of qualities should this woman have again?
Well, to put God first, right? Like a minority minister, it's online ministry. So like the ministry type is not everybody's cut out for that or wants that. You know, so that's the first thing that's a serious calling, and the political calling is a serious one as well. But in terms of personality, I'm very extroverted. So like to want to do movies and things like that, a lot of people are too shy. So like I meet a lot of people, but most of them are like, they want kind of like a more private life. So like, especially like first I retired in Antigua, like people just want to like kind of like chill on the beach.
What the hell?
Like for the rest of their life, right? Like it's not like that. For my life,
you can't let him rattle off because you don't know what the hell he's saying and what he's doing. I don't understand what he's rattling off about.
Okay,
y'all
so
hit the like button.
You remember when you asked what was something like he got kicked out for being a genius?
Yeah.
He's that guy when he's around other people and the project finished, he stays overnight and makes the project better. But to the detriment of killing everything else the other people did.
You sure he ain't just cuckoo?
No, I've been around people who are on that super high genius level. And if they don't have somebody to damper them, they self-destruct. We had a guy who built satellites. He couldn't come into office. When he came into office, it was always like this kind of debate and just like, bro, we just asked you to get some water. Like just little things become like a nuclear. Well, I transformed the coffee machine into a toaster. What?
That's crazy. Y'all hit the like button.
That's, public figure. It's going to be like.
I got 12 likes. It's 19 of y'all, 7 of y'all. No, 8 of y'all. 8 of y'all need to hit the like button. Hit the like button. So all we asking for is the like and the shares. Hit the like and the shares. How y'all guarding the like button?
Serving people and then making movies. It's work. Right?
Okay.
Like a lot of.
I'm gonna go on to the next question. What are your deal breakers? Things you will not tolerate?
Well,
I used to be less picky, so I didn't want for instance, I was open to dating people that were not still waiting for marriage, had kids and stuff like that. But I'm more picky now, so I want somebody that's been in the kingdom a long time, that is a mature Christian. I don't want somebody that's like in kindergarten of Christianity. I've been a Christian since December 1st, 1986, still have my grade 3 Bible. So it's going to be somebody that is, been in the faith a long time, very, very mature Christian.
Okay. What is the age range you want to date, Jason?
30 is my minimum, and I still, want to have kids. So like younger than me.
Ain't nobody getting pregnant by you. It is what it is. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Ain't nobody getting pregnant by him. Because I think he halfway fruity, and I ain't really sure. He over there using the internet. He's broke.
What are you doing, HQ? Why do women do that? Why do women do? What is him being? What are we doing?
What do you mean? What is him? What?
Why did you have to go to the fruity thing? And he's sassy and zesty.
No, I didn't say he was gay or anything. I didn't say he was gay or anything.
You said he was fruity. What is that?
Kind of fruity, but it's just me, not gay. Just,
ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the Heathen Queen.
Maybe not fruity, but off. I just say off. I ain't gonna say fruity. I say off.
So 30 something,
Okay, so 30s. Could the woman have kids already?
No.
Okay, so no woman with kids.
I tried that.
See, this is a testament of that biological need that drives people. I wonder how he got away with not having sex all these years. I guess if you don't have it, you wouldn't miss it, right? Right?
Now, you know what I think of? I just thought of this. He is a black Amish person. He has the same prototype as a black Amish person. Like, Amish people are not gregarious in their personalities. They not gonna make the little man in the boat tickle for the women. They are just matched up for mating purposes. That's it.
Look,
the women don't give a lot of input. He would be a genius that nobody would want to talk to. That's all he is. With that said, I'm in.
Look, there's a lot of men on here who talking that foo-foo la-la too. Talking about you shouldn't be worried about the man in the boat. You should be worried about making a stable household. How that sound? Y'all get y'all shit stimulated. Why is it that women can't get their shit stimulated? I'm just saying. The man in the boat should be stimulated on both sides. That's all I'm saying.
That in the past, and it doesn't make sense. I've been waiting for time. It's not easy, so I want to thank you as well. So
okay. Do you want her to be a?
Why you call him fruity?
I'm talking about you, HQ. He fruity. You calling him gay? I'm not calling him gay. I'm just calling him fruity.
We're not fruity in the sense of gay.
That's the only thing it means.
Well, maybe I didn't mean to say that word. Maybe I meant to say
gaslighting is. Wait a minute.
A virgin as well.
Maybe I meant to say something else. He don't give me the gay vibe, so I'm not calling him gay. He don't give me that. He just gives me a
Toronto. That's Toronto, HQ.
What? This place?
Him. The way he's from Toronto.
That's the Toronto men there.
As soon as he opened his mouth, I was like, yeah, he from the East Coast of Canada.
That would be ideal. I'm not going to be able to compare her. Like I get virgin shame, right? Like people say, what if I know these guys,
people see what they
like, what if I'm
I hear it.
So on my wedding night, I'm like, how I want it to be so she doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? Or they be saying, what if my thing don't work? I said, why wouldn't it work? It's new.
That's not true now. Don't put that lie out there.
Why wouldn't this thing work?
No, that's now watch what Kendra's gonna do and how she's gonna take that and run with it. Watch.
That's wild.
Whatever. If I did what God said all this time, I want to meet somebody, that also is obedient. This is a long time. They even had the movie, I think they were making fun of a guy that was 40 and I'm 47. If I've been waiting all this time as I should be,
here's my thing, and maybe y'all can explain it to me. Why is he waiting? What is he waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, he's getting demonized because he waited?
No, I'm not. I don't know who's demonizing it. I'm saying, what is he waiting for?
I think that's admirable that he's waiting.
A 47-year-old virgin is wild.
My point is,
that's not admirable, man. It's neither. It's nil. It's a zero. It's a nil. It's not good nor bad.
It's a minus because men have to have some kind of skill when they go to a bedroom. Women will ostracize that man if he don't have some kind of skill because we know they talk. Anyway, with that said, I'm in. Jesus.
But I'm saying, he said, I'm waiting. Waiting for what?
Zeus.
Is he gonna reach back into somebody under the age of 18 and try to get a virgin like him?
Here we go.
Otherwise, you're gonna meet a woman who's already been out there in the world. So if she didn't wait and you want to make her your wife, why would you need to wait?
No, honestly, HQ, I've done a lot of like volunteering all over the country. And when you in like volunteer spaces, you meet people like this, and it'd be men and women. You'd be like, I don't think they ever sniff something else.
Mm.
And they'd be around, you know, his age, our age and stuff like that. And you'd be like, but oh, she's just a sweetheart. She's just a little, you know, like this. And
I mean,
if
I
he
just
in them spaces, he'll find something like that.
Yeah, but he's waiting, and yes, it shows discipline. I get the discipline part, but sometimes you get to the point of showing discipline, and then this is just abhorrent behavior, just off behavior. This don't even make sense. What do you want to plan? See, here's the thing. What do you want to plan it for? What are you here for? I'm not saying
it goes with the prototype. It goes with the prototype.
That's our natural human imperative to get on this planet and procreate. All animals are designed to be on the planet and procreate, regardless if you're religious or not.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
He ain't had no sex, none.
Okay, but if he was in an Amish community, what they would do,
They would marry his ass off.
Right. The elders would come in and say, here's what we're going to do. And then they would put him on a program to get him in a mating situation. That's what they would do.
Or they would just make him work.
Right.
And say he not the pool from which we want to pull from, so we just gonna put him to work. This is what he's good for. We're just gonna put him to work.
Jay, I got a question for you, if I can ask you a personal question.
Shoot.
How do you spell gaslighting? Okay, I'm in.
Then I think that there's somebody out there that was also waiting for me.
Okay. All right. Should she look a certain way?
Yeah, of course. Like I need to be attracted to her. Like my ex looked kind of like Gabrielle Union, honestly. You know, but yeah, she's got to be gorgeous.
What was wrong with your ex? Why couldn't you guys proceed?
She was divorced twice. Her second marriage lasted 5 days, but it was really an alignment. She had 2 teens, so I don't think that was she was 2 years older than me, so I don't think that was a match on paper either. But essentially, it was because of our faith was different. I didn't know it until I went down there. She was Church of Christ, so I didn't realize her Church of Christ believed they're the only ones. It's kind of like a cult, essentially. And
so Church of Christ is not what you want.
I believe you have to accept Jesus Christ. You be a follower of Christ. I don't believe it has to be an organization, but she believed you had to re-baptize in that organization, and everybody else is going to hell, including me. Even though I was a believer since grade 3, so I didn't know until I flew down there. So I really don't think that's the right way to date. I think you should be transparent. Like
this is wild. This is wild. He what?
I got a theory.
What happened?
Go ahead. I want to hear you finish.
No, I'm saying this is a fascinating case study. I mean, he is a 47-year-old virgin who's chasing baby mamas, 2 husband women. What did he expect to have at 47? Unless he's going to look for virgins under the age of 18, and he's not.
You can't let that 18 go, can you? You can't let that 18 go. Anyway, Heathen Queen, he doesn't have male leadership around him. He doesn't have somebody to say, hey, I'm not as smart as you, but I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna put in some of the missing pieces you lack as a male. We all need that, and I call it calibration, coaching, leadership. He doesn't have that. That's why, because the church will always teach you to pick up a wounded animal, a wounded bird, and fix their wing, and God could do it, and He forgave, and all that. And once you start doing that, you become into a simping behavior, and that's not appealing to anybody. Because all those girls who are on the dating show say they want a God-fearing man,
right? But
they go to church and can't find one. Because this is the guy at church 24/7. He's the guy. He's the guy excelling at church.
Look,
I tell people.
Are you saying the men at church are not?
I'm saying the women who are in church are going outside of the church to pick men to pull them back into church. God don't like you. God don't like you.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Front. I had nervous breakdowns in university, right? That's what my movie's about. So I tell people up front, you know, that, and I think that's the right way to date. You transparently say, look, I had 4.
But see, if it's your religion that keeps you from doing this, it's your religion.
Religion don't say nothing about that. Religion don't say nothing about being old forever and not getting no sweet watery guts.
It's crazy. I mean, him as a 47-year-old. Okay, do you think maybe that because he's Christian, because he's doing the Christian thing, that he has gotten all religion mixed up in his mind, in his brain, and this is the problem?
It's a lot of problems.
I mean, I
know
that
you can add that to the list.
I'm still ain't nobody explained to me what a evil genius is yet.
I don't know what he say.
A genius illness.
A genius illness.
Yeah, what is that? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I already explained it to you.
It's all about busting that.
I already explained it to you, HQ. It's okay. Any skill you have,
Oops.
Any skill you have, even the skill as being a mother, you give to your kids, but there's a certain time where you go, hey, I'm not in that right now. When you're the genius and you're trying to fix things all the time, you handicap everybody around you. He's the guy who they couldn't say he was wrong. They couldn't say he didn't know what he was doing. They couldn't challenge him because the reason is when you start challenging him, he can come up with more loopholes and things. It's just better just put him on the sideline, give him a little bit of money and keep it going.
I'm a problem solver too, but I still like to get my wet.
Yeah, but you're a problem solver who realizes, okay, I'm not really going to invest in this. He's going to invest his energy in everything for no reason.
He ain't investing in nothing. He using library internet.
Library internet. Flora.
Come on, Zeus. Come on, man. We know this is mental health illness adjacent.
Yes. Can't hear you, Flora.
Is, man.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Right. It's mental health. It's mental health. This mental health right here.
Nervous breakdowns before I broke the
mental health illness
curse. I don't think you should wait, until
every genius has been called crazy at some point.
I look at him and I look at the madness right in his eye, the madness in his face. It's madness.
You can't see him. You can't.
I don't see genius though. He said some stuff, Zeus. You haven't seen no works from this man. You haven't seen no works from him, and you calling him a genius. I haven't seen nothing. I'm not gonna call him that.
You see his face. You see his. He look wild. He looks
that one eye.
Yes, he looks wild. Wild.
Hey, don't talk about that. I got a sleepy eye too, man.
That's crazy. He looks wild.
Sometimes his eye.
Flora. We can hear you. Can't hear you. We can't hear you, Flora. We can't hear you at all. Okay.
By the way, I just came out of prison. You know what I'm saying?
What? Wait, what? Did he say he got what? Did he say he just came out of prison? Wait a minute. Let me back up. What did he say?
Before I broke the generation curse, I don't think you should wait, until a person flies to you and then you say, oh, by the way, I just came out of prison. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. No. I think he's just using that as an anecdote.
Oh, okay.
Operation. I'm doing too much. Operation.
You never been to prison.
What?
Right?
No, I've been planning to run for prime minister.
I just have to get clear.
Okay, yeah, it was an anecdote.
But
okay.
It's a joke.
Okay. Should the woman make a certain amount of money?
That stuff doesn't matter to me.
All right, we got to do the Kendra cam. This is when we see your full body, Jason.
Jason.
We got to see your legs.
And this would otherwise be a regular, normal, everyday guy, except he said two things that we know he off the rails. At least I heard two things.
Okay.
Oh, the library.
We'll deal with that. Okay, Jason.
The library.
So we got Jason in Vancouver. Do you want the woman to be in Vancouver?
I said library before he said where he was. I knew it.
But she would have to relocate.
Because I do virtual.
That's crazy.
Because I saw them squared windows in the back with the long ones up top, and I'm like, okay, glass floor way above his head. So I knew because they use that library in a lot of movies.
Oh, okay.
Also, I also travel, but eventually, obviously, it's good. Eventually, I'm going to live in Canada, so she has to live this, right? Because I'm going to be in politics here. But we would travel, this decade.
He's not going
next
for
decade,
prime
I'm gonna
minister.
be
He's nowhere
definitely,
in
like,
anything here about prime minister. Nothing. The election is going on right now.
He said he was running for prime minister.
settled in Canada.
He's
I
not
cut
on
you
any
off. You said something
ballot anywhere.
That's right.
about virtual. Now explain that again.
So, she doesn't have to be located here now, but eventually she's going to have to want to be Canadian, right? Because if I'm active here in Canada and I'm also doing a movie project that's based here with Canadian funding, then eventually, she would want to.
Okay, so if she's not in Canada, she has to be open to moving to Canada.
Some of this shit is so convincing when you hear him talk. This is wild. I think it's a mental illness problem. I think that's all it is a mental illness problem. You can't do nothing with that. Ain't shit you can do with that. We got our last goofy dude. He ain't goofy. He's just he ain't goofy, but
Hold on a second. Do you know the minister of the big church named Kenneth? I think it's Kenneth Copeland.
Kenneth Copeland, yeah.
what about him?
When you talk to Kenneth Copeland, it's the
Focus
same
on the
vibration.
family.
It's the same vibration. It's the same nonsense, but he got all the accessories. He didn't talk everybody into doing stuff. He got
their money, out their draws.
Everything.
What?
And it's the same kookiness. It's the same
Yeah,
where
that's true.
If you was inside his, you'd be like, I know it's wrong, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
they get you to somehow override your common sense where you go, why would you even go for that?
Yeah. Is Kenneth Copeland the focus on the family dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, focus on the family dude.
With the big ass.
I'm currently in California.
Oh, he looked like the devil.
I was born and raised in Arizona.
What?
Kenneth Copeland? They got video of this man. He looked like a demon, man. He be saying stuff.
Is this?
Hold on.
Oh, I remember that. I remember this dude.
Where you was a second ago. That was better. This is gonna be better. This is
Okay.
good.
I don't.
What was going on?
I don't have a way to.
But see here, this right here is what everybody be screaming about. Got all the thing, all the money, all of that, except he 4'11".
To hold the phone in a better position.
Octavius,
if I hold,
this is Octavius.
Octavius.
Yeah,
like
he working
in
like communications or something, don't he? Telecommunications or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, if you hold this steady, I work
I
with
remember
him.
you laid into him before HQ.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, you in your truck?
Because he was like
right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we got Brian. You live in California, love?
On the SBC channel, yeah.
No, well, I park here because my next load is in California. So basically, you could say I do, but I don't have a place.
Okay, so where do you want me to say you live?
You could say I live in Arizona for now until I get my land.
Arizona, okay. And how old are you, Brian?
I am 29.
29. And you're a truck driver. Do you have any kids?
I do not.
Is truck driving your occupation? Do you have something else?
I have a business.
You have a business, okay.
Dump trucking.
Say what, baby?
I'm trucking.
Dump trucking.
Right.
I thought he was like
is that what you do?
telecommunications or
Dump
something.
trucking?
No, so I do the truck driving every week, but the business is a side gig, just for different things in life.
How your business a side gig?
All right, so we got Brian.
Entrepreneur. You got 3, 4, 5 different damn jobs. That's probably
How is your business? This is your business. How is that a side gig? Just say you have 2 jobs.
Right.
Stop making common sense. Stop making common sense.
29, truck driver, no kids, does dump trucking. Never married, correct?
Never have been married.
And what's your zodiac sign?
I am a Pisces.
All right, let's get to it. All right, Brian, what kind of woman are you looking for?
So I'm pretty, I don't even know how you say it, intentional. I'm looking for a woman who has her head on her shoulders. And when I say head on her shoulders, I just mean that she knows herself. She knows what she likes. She knows her weaknesses and she knows her strength. I don't want to have to build a woman as far as, I'm not talking financially, I'm talking mentally, right? I'm looking for intelligence. So if I speak to you, there's certain things as a grown human being that I should never feel that I need to speak to you about. So basically, a woman that's energetic like me, having some fun, wants to grow with money and hopefully have generational wealth my goal is. Fun, someone who likes to laugh. If you're too serious, it won't work too much with me because I like to try to make a woman smile. So
okay, what are your deal breakers?
So my deal breakers, a woman who, when she gets too upset, she puts her hands on a man. I can't do it.
Oh shit!
A woman that.
Shit.
I swear to God, I heard this interview before, but I did not remember hearing that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He's a little man, though. That's the problem. He's 4'11". Now, wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all.
We'll take a man's out of his piece, right?
It's funny when a man get beat on, right? HQ.
No, it's not funny.
It is. You just laughing. It's funny when a man get beat on.
No, the image of him running,
of him getting beat on. Yeah. Go ahead, say it. Now switch that around. Switch that dynamic around. It's funny, man, when a woman be running from a big old dude, man, and he done went upside her head, man. It's funny, man, when she be running away. Oh man, when that little woman be running away.
I can't help. That's a funny image right there.
Exactly.
Being a guy,
it's funny when a man get beat on, right?
I didn't say it's funny getting beat on. I said the image is funny of him running away. Yes.
That's the thing. Why is he running away?
He's running away. What do you mean? He's running away. Obviously, he's not gonna stand there and get beat. Obviously not.
But I've never put hands on a woman, and I never like to feel uncomfortable. I want to be romantic. I don't want to be angry and feel like I have to defend myself. So if she's hood, aggressive, anything like that, I prefer not that.
HQ, hold on a second. I want to give you your flowers. I thought our conversation started going off course the other day. And I love Black America, but he started talking about how to do things with women. And I thought you did a really good job of kind of steering us back on the road and not making it too aggressive. Because sometimes
we get him.
Right. And I think this guy's trying to say the same thing, but this is also something we don't do in the BIPOC community. Mm-hmm. We don't have mental health and aftercare when we have a situation that happened where we can flesh it out and say, okay, what's the lesson I should have learned?
Right.
The lesson is more important than your feelings at the moment.
Right.
With that said, I'm in.
Yeah, I think that pretty much answers it. Just a woman who just wants to have a good time, nothing with a negative. I want to stay away from that.
Okay. Should she look a certain way?
Yes, and I do, and this part right here kind of sucks, and I really hate having to answer this kind of question, but I guess I have to because I understand a woman's preferences. I'm 5'6", so when you're around me, when you talk to me, my height never really is a factor. But it's a thing. When you're around me and you see other guys that are 6'3", 6'4", you might think a little something. You know what I mean? But me being confident in myself, it doesn't faze me. So her look is...
You just don't deal with women that's over the size of 5'6". There's plenty of short women.
That's not what he's saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything other than there's plenty of women under 5'6". That's all I'm saying.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
I know he's not saying that. I'm saying that. There's plenty of women. He shouldn't even have this discussion. He shouldn't even be having a discussion about women's heights. He should know his lane. His lane is less than 5'6". That's it.
Oh my God.
Okay. So what do you think he's saying? What is he saying? I'm confused.
When he first started talking, his pattern of what he said at first.
Yeah.
He's saying he doesn't want to teach a woman things that she should already know. He knows he's a small structure guy.
Right.
When a woman sees a bigger structured guy and she goes, wow, I wonder what it would be like to ride that amusement ride, or she gets enamored or something like that, he's saying be able to control yourself and pull that in. He doesn't want to have to correct you on that. That's what he's saying. He's saying he knows he's small. He knows other people are big. He's comfortable with that. Somebody else has to be able to be comfortable and say, wow, that guy looks really good. He's really tall. That's awesome. But I love you. That's what he's saying. That acknowledgement. I don't know nothing. Just put me in.
That's what? Where you get all that from? That's a whole level of the him problem.
What didn't you dig about that, HQ?
I don't understand. I don't get this hype thing. I don't get that hype thing. I don't look at men that are under 5'10". I'm just too tall for them. He shouldn't be looking at nobody that's over 5'6". He shouldn't even have no question about who he's looking for.
I didn't say nothing about him. I said about her. How are you not getting it? You wouldn't be on it. You're not on his list. You're not on his list. So stop saying you.
I'm saying he's saying, well, she should be able to control herself. Where'd you get all of that from? Wait a minute, hold on. Keep going.
Man, it's hard. Basically, I did track my whole life. So I've always found the woman since I was 10 years old, any woman that has a slender look to them. They don't have to be skinny. But just if the body looks like a basketball, it's going to be very hard for me to want to be intimate with that person. And if you want the best from me, I would love to look at what I see, if that makes any sense.
See, you talking too much. I don't understand what's going on. You're running your mouth too much because you're turning the whole audience off. Because this is what we mean by this is right before the coffee date. You ain't even gonna make it to the coffee date because you're talking too much. You're doing too much.
If a woman saw him in the room, they wouldn't even see him. He's already told you, I'm a hard worker and I want to build a foundation for the woman. That's what he said already. But women can't hear that. They only hear he's 5'4".
And that's his lot in life.
That's his albatross. That's his albatross.
Yeah. So therefore, he shouldn't even have a concern or a thought about trying to deal with somebody who's bigger.
Oh my God, HQ. Are you gaslighting or you just don't get it?
Trolling.
I need Jesus right now. I need Jesus right. I want the new Jesus. I need the new Jesus. The one that just came out the ground.
You want to? Oh, I think so. Should she make a certain amount of money?
No, I do not care.
Are you open to all races or Black women only?
Dark-skinned woman is my absolute favorite. But no, does not matter to me. I don't care what race at all.
Open all your options. Open up. Open all your options up, my friend. All of them.
Okay. All right. Let's do the Kendra can.
That's what they tell me.
Okay.
That's what they tell me. Because I'm old. See, because I'm in the
hold on, HQ, I got a question. You said you wouldn't even see him because you only see taller men, but your husband was like a little bit shorter than you, right?
No, my husband was about this much shorter than me. Maybe this much.
He got taller. Go ahead.
Too much room to walk here. Let's see if there's a wait. Let's see. Okay, so this is me. Can't really show you my pants or whatever.
We gotta see your legs, honey.
You got to? Okay, I got a little something. Hold on. We climb up on here. Okay. So,
okay. Okay, we'll work with it. All right, Brian. Could the woman have kids?
Yeah, so I've dealt with 3 different women who've had children, so children is not a problem for me.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
That answers your. I'm trying to be short because I know you have a lot to do, so I'm trying to be short.
Okay.
So no, it's not a big problem.
Right.
Okay. When was your last relationship?
That was 2 years and 3 months now.
Okay, you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
2 months and 2 years and 3 months. So the last person I was in a relationship was the last person I had sex with.
Right.
Are you waiting for another relationship?
I am. I'm pretty good.
A very decisive man. I don't even see why he on here. Why is he on here?
Where do you think he's gonna find women at? Where would you say he's gonna find women at, HQ?
The women in this chat are short women. What do you mean?
Oh my God.
Well, what's wrong with? I mean, I don't understand.
Okay. This chat is done. Go to your room. You don't get no dinner. You don't get no Easter, nothing.
Wait a minute. No, I'm trying to understand. There's nothing wrong with him. He's personal. He knows how to talk. He doesn't look bad. He's just short. That's it. What is his problem? What's the issue?
He's not looking for love. He thinks he's looking for love. That's not what he's looking for. He's looking for a woman to be a companion. And most women are going to put all these qualifiers on him, and they don't work out. He's the guy. So if you think of the 40-hour-a-week warehouse guy, but on the weekends he got a side job, that's this guy. This guy wants you to say, I want a 6-bedroom house in the country and a small farm. He gonna build that for you. That's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He wants a girl who's gonna text him, hey King, here's what I got planned for the day. Boom, boom, boom. And check in on him and be a communicative partner and take him and say, hey, let's do this for your skin. Hey, let's do this. Hey, by the way, I bought you some new socks. That's what he needs in his life. He's not communicating that, but that's what he needs.
He said he said his money was right. He said everything right. This dude right here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He's living in a dorm so he can drive his truck, and then he's gonna build a house later.
Mm.
He's not really living in a dorm, but that's what you get what I'm saying when I said that, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's a structured guy, and he seems serious about business.
But he doesn't have somebody. He doesn't have somebody to give him targets. He needs targets. That's what he's saying.
I mean, so you're saying he needs a woman to come along and give him direction and vision.
Here's what women are great at, but they do too much of. So women are great. So when you get a guy and you say, hey, this apartment, do you think we can move into a house? What do you think about that? And the guy will think a little bit and he'll come up with a plan to get them into a house.
Right.
Because the woman put the idea in there. When we looked at a guy the other day, he had a house. He was a real nerdy dude. He had a house, but if he painted around the room, he had no pictures. Guys don't have pictures. Pictures on cavemen's walls was driven by women. Women give us those targets, and we excel when they give us those targets. Women are great at giving us input for targets. Sometimes they give us opinions when it's not needed, and they need to know the difference. That's what I'm saying.
So this guy seems to be very, very on point with everything that he's talking about, what he needs and wants in life. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to figure out why is he on here? He's only 5'6". I mean, you could find somebody that's shorter than that. He get that all that he wants. He could find a woman that could get on this program. Because I said he has money, he has business. He may be 5'6", but that's okay. He's not hideously ugly. He's not overweight. He knows what he wants. He knows how to get there. What the hell is he doing on Kendra G?
Okay, let me ask you a question. You look at Kendra, right? And look at him.
And Kendra is 5'3". So
hey, settle down. So look at their skin. Kendra's skin looks really good. You agree?
Yes.
Okay. How does his skin look? It don't look good for his color. So when he had a woman, he say she'd do a little research and she say, hey baby, I'm thinking about buying this, this, and this. So anytime you're on video, you'll look like this. And just by her showing him those ways, he'll adopt those ways. He's saying the other women he had accessories, but he couldn't trust them. He needs somebody he can trust to set a plan. He can build with it, but he can also be like, for instance, hey baby, we're gonna build a house. How long do you think it takes to build a house, HQ? Right.
If he's hustling like he's hustling, he probably got money stacked right now, waiting on that.
You didn't answer the question.
Well, I couldn't even begin to fathom. I'm sure that once he decided he was going to build a house, it would be built within a year or 2 years. I'm sure
it's going to take 2 to 5 years, and most women aren't going to want to wait for that. They're going to want to find somebody else that's already there. He would go to the ends of the earth for that woman, but she has to have the patience and be able to follow the plan. That's when he was talking about a woman who brings peace.
I don't know. Right? He ain't that. Okay.
So that Turning women down. So as soon as I see something that aggravates me, I try to talk to them, and if I see there's no intelligence there, I cut it, because like I said, I'm intentional. So being 29, going into my 30s, I want to build an empire with a woman. There's a lot of benefits that come with my life that I won't speak on, but those things I don't want a woman to feel like she can just have access to. So I'm looking for the intelligence first before I allow myself to sleep with her.
Woo. So you say you good with turning women down? They be trying to get into your pants.
Yeah, so having a woman to sleep with really is not difficult for me, because I go for I don't go for the looks when I'm talking to a woman. I'm sorry if me not looking at the camera bugs you. So when I'm speaking to a woman, I want to get to know who she is on the inside, not what she was born with. And when I do that and I get them feeling good and having a great time, they feel comfortable with me, they feel relaxed because I'm not pushing, you know. So the sexual is definitely open and I see it, but I know that I can't do anything past that, and I don't want to be the guy that's just a pig.
So the last two people that we had on, I'm gonna give you a term. They're called demisexuals. That's not sapiosexuals, demisexuals. So they love the intellectual part, that they building a plan, all that stimulates them. So when they get to the bedroom, they're on level 10 already. That gets their little man in the boat going. That's what those two are saying.
He seems to be a very intellectual person who's looking for the smart. There's plenty of them women out here that are shorter than him, and he can find her.
Jay, you're married, right?
Right.
Okay. So I have a theory. All people are annoying. So like the plan, the wife doesn't always want to hear the plan. She just wants to hear the corner marks or the milestones. And then he has to have somebody else that he runs through all the details and the nuances and then X out the plans, everything else. Because we're annoying, we tend to drown our partners in what we think they love hearing. They don't love hearing all our stories. Women don't want to hear every single story we got for the next 20 years.
I don't know, that shit just between you and I'm told that you don't want to hear all that, but I don't know. Jay, he talking to you, he ain't talking to me.
I don't know.
I want to hear everything because I'm nosy like this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's all case by case, man. I mean, there's some things that are like more general than others, but it's all case by case. Depending on how they love you, but it depends on how much they like you.
Okay.
Damn.
That's fine, but now you did say earlier she can't be shaped like a basketball, so she do have to be attractive on the outside. That's what you said earlier.
Basketball.
Yes. Yes. So I've about
that's
6-7 women now I have conversations with.
Say what?
That's Kendra twisting things.
They definitely look good. They look like they come from the gym.
Hey, hold on, let me jump in. What? Yeah, you know what, Zeus? That's a great point you just made. She's become an expert at twisting things. So it creates a lot of debate and back and forth. And I remember she actually caught me up one time and we were debating about that 250. And the girl didn't even say it. Kendra had said it. It intertwined it in the conversation, and I thought the girl said it.
No, Lex, you were actually right. We had talked about that the other day. You were actually right. Here's what happened. That was edited.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's why it was edited. That's why you was like, did I hear that? Where did that come from?
I didn't know Kendra edited her videos before I didn't know she had edited them before she put them out, but I thought I was watching it live. No. And it wasn't live. She had edited that part out. Okay.
Right. That's why we were all confused. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Thanks for the heads up.
Right. I didn't know she edited her videos either. I didn't know that until she said, oh boy, one of them dudes that I just showed you his video, he called what's his name? Her co-host a name. And she said I edited that out before it got on the show. That he called the board, whatever that one dude's name, he called him a name. So
Even those women, I mean, they're still on my phone right now to text, but I'm not talking to them because I can't see any connection.
Okay, there you have it. You have sexual discipline. Okay. 3
Yeah.
flaws you have to work on.
My flaws. All right. So number one, my impulsiveness. One of the women that that is my friend. I tried talking to her, but we're a little far away, so she didn't want to do long distance. She said that I'm impulsive, and so I guess that's a flaw right there. I love to talk, so if the woman's not too much of a talker, it's definitely going to be
Ding, ding, ding,
a
ding,
downfall.
Right.
And another one of mine is my ego. I have, for about 6-7 days now, I have cut it off completely. But sometimes I can get very, what's the right word for this? Because it sounds wrong if you say it, but territorial, if you would. If me and the woman are locked in, I don't know what it is, the energy in the room or whatever, but it makes other guys want what I have, and I don't bend over. I don't back down. So one thing I definitely need to learn how to work on is for sure keeping my head cool. Being small makes it already difficult, and then the idea of you being 6'3", 6'4", and think there's a chance that it's gonna be easy to walk over me and mess with my woman in my face. It never goes well.
That's wild. He's talking big shit.
No, that makes. I told you that's what he was saying. You say I don't know where you got that from.
Facts, Divine.
Short man complex.
That's not what he's saying. I got a thing that I got to ask Jay at the end about interracial dating, but I just want to tease that a little bit.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah, he has issues with his height, which is what I knew. But I don't understand why you have an issue with your. Well, I get it. You don't like. There's a lot of
what he's saying.
That's the way he coming across.
But
how you?
Okay, that's
the third time he said something about fighting guys because if you approach my woman.
He's not saying that. He's not saying that.
What is he saying?
He's saying if he's in a room. Okay, is a truck driver social? Is that a social job? No. So he's saying if I go to a social event and you're with me and we set up the event and I'm stepping out of my comfort zone to be social, I want your attention to be focused on me. AKA, he realizes there's bigger and bigger in the room. He realized that he doesn't have a problem with that. That's not what he's saying. He's saying once you start giving them more attention than you giving me, and I've been on the road, that's where the problem is. That's what he's saying.
Oh, Jay.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you spell gaslight?
Yeah.
So I have to get better.
This is short man complex all day.
Yeah, it is.
So, like I said, I've been my whole life. So,
because a short dude could come up and talk to your girl too. It don't have to be a 6'3", 6'4" dude. It could be any other guy.
You say what?
Let me call Jesus.
Oh yeah,
let me call Jesus.
I'm
call Jesus.
Okay,
call on
got
him.
you. 5'6". Would you date a woman taller than you?
Absolutely. I love all women.
Okay, he loves all women. All right, now why would a woman be like to be with you?
He said what?
He'll date you, HQ.
That's okay. He's not my type.
Because I actually value this.
I'm telling you straight up. I mean, everybody has their type. Everybody has a type. And don't be judging me because my type is tall. I am a tall person. But listen.
Hey, Jay Tillman, I couldn't resist, bro. Hey, Mr. Leon took me out with that $100 bill, man. Oh, man.
System that doesn't seem to be in today's world, which is why I actually really like your show. I actually found your show through another YouTuber. He calls us the MT Army.
What's the MT
Mediocre
Army?
Tutorial Review.
Meteor. How does he say it? Meteor tours and reviews.
Yeah, we got
light skinned dude. I don't know, but he did a review on your channel, and that's how I found you. But basically, the reason a woman would be lucky to have me in her life, if she values these things, is I don't care about the materialistic. I don't care about the Ferrari. I don't care about the big house. What I care about is your soul, as who you are as the human being that makes you. And because of that, putting a smile on her face, like I said, is priority. If she's having a bad day, making her feel good, if she needs space, like all of the simple things, I prioritize. I don't prioritize if we have an argument, I buy you flowers and buy you some food, and now let's call it a day. I'm gonna get to know who you are and know how to cater to you specifically. So that would be the benefit if that's something she sees.
And here's the thing, y'all. He dates baby mamas. That's who he dates. Baby mamas. He said the last 3 women that he done dated are baby mamas. Now what's wrong with him?
As I said, truck drivers are not social. Next question.
What's wrong with him? That's all he dated. Last 3 women have been baby mamas. And he's
Maybe
single.
those just the women he ran into, HQ.
No.
Did he say that was his preference to date baby moms?
No, he said the last 3, not the last 2, the last 3, which means he done chose 2 baby mamas too many. Right? So what the hell wrong with him? And he got a complex about his damn height.
No, because when I lived in Virginia, when I lived in Portsmouth, I couldn't find a woman without a kid.
Yeah, it's a lot of truth what Jay just said, but I'm gonna say this too. One thing you gotta keep in mind, the brother said he 5'6", right?
Yeah.
This is the thing we gotta keep in mind too with this situation. The reality is this: when a chick have kids, to a degree, in a lot of cases, I'm not saying in all, but in a lot of cases, the guy's kind of getting that chick on a discount to a degree, So I'm not saying that's an absolute, but normally that chick maybe he dated may have been a little bit out of his range of being able to nab. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the case, but I've seen that in a lot of situations and scenarios. So when I see a young guy with no kids specifically targeting baby moms, a lot of the times I end up seeing the chick and then I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. This is what you really want. She got 3 kids, but this is really what you want though. Yeah.
He made a conscious choice to date 2 baby mamas. Extra.
HQ, did you just listen to what I just said?
Yes.
What'd you take from that?
So what's wrong with him? Something wrong with him.
Did you just hear what I just said?
Yeah, something wrong with him.
She was busy writing grass.
You know what, man? HQ's she not paying attention, man. Like she's just trolling. She's trolling us guys now.
She got a flamethrower. She just lighting up the flamethrower.
Yeah.
No. But here's the truth.
She's not listening.
Here's the truth. You three on the damn panel, the only ones that gave me pushback about my Tracy Ellis rock. So I'm preparing myself for y'all. So what's up now?
Because you needed all the pushback for her. You needed all the pushback for Tracy Ellis Rock.
Yeah, that was some nonsense.
You lucky I could not get up, man.
I wish I could have got on that live.
Pull nobody, and you dipped out too because you was talking so much. The only person you was responding to in the chat was Pink.
What was wrong with her? What I don't understand.
The only person because the what's it called? The high nail gets the hammer or whatever it is. That's what you was doing. Pink was the high nail, and that's the only one you was paying attention to. You wasn't answering half of my questions, and I was asking you some legit questions, having some dialogue, and you did not answer none of that.
I was just having a script. I just had a script. So my question was, why was I capped? Where was I capped at?
It was
the whole video.
Cap. It was all cap.
How was it all cap?
All of it.
What did I say that was all cap?
Why does she need to come on any public platform and talk about I'm happy I'm single? Just go be single and shut up.
Because that's
the
platform that Michelle invited her on.
Why does she feel the need to keep going on platforms talking about how happy she is being single? Okay, Tracy, we got it. Shut up and go away and be happy alone.
But what
And
did
you
I
can't
say
tell
that
me
was wrong?
somebody's not cracking them yams.
Yeah, but
Tracy
my
got the
question is,
yams. Somebody is
said I was
cracking them. And she not married. She ain't got no kids. Somebody's cracking them cheeks.
Okay, so what did I say that was wrong? What did I say that was wrong? I said she made a choice. She made a choice to go down the career path. Now she has regrets about the career path that she went down.
And you wasn't holding her accountable for none of her decisions she made.
Why would I need to hold her accountable for what? Those are her decisions.
Because she's not taking
Ain't nothing
accountability
wrong
for
with
the
them
decisions that she
I would-
made.
Facts.
If her decisions were wrong, then it would be a different story where somebody could hold her accountable. Her decisions
I'm not saying
were
they
not
wrong or right, but she's what's the word? Not placating.
What?
She's making it seem like she didn't want to be married. Like she didn't want to have kids. She did want to. Something's wrong with Tracy Ellis Ross?
Two reasons why she never got married. She didn't want to get married, or nobody wanted to marry her.
Bullshit.
What other reasons could it be? She didn't want to get married, and somebody didn't want to marry her.
Like I said in the chat. Like I said in the chat during the video. Let power go out and see. Okay, I get the burgers, girl. Calm down.
Who are you talking to, Jay?
You know what I'm talking to.
No, I was trying to figure out. You said she could be feminist all she want to.
Let the power go out.
She did not want to get married. She did not want to get married. She wanted a career.
Not
so
true.
she had her career.
Not true. And
She'll find out how strong and independent she is, and that goes for all men and women.
Why
You'll
is that
find out
not
how
true?
strong. You'll find out how strong and independent you are when you don't have society there to back you up.
But that's
the
not
invisible
that's
society
not
that's there to back you up.
But that's not the argument. The argument is you all said I was wrong in my interpretation. I said she did not want to get married, or somebody didn't want to marry her. Now Zeus just said no. What are you talking about? There's only two choices on this planet. Either you want to get married, or nobody wants to marry you.
No, I said Lex was right when he said you was bullshit.
What do you mean?
Anyway,
I'm confused. Tell me. I want to hear.
I know. I'm gonna explain it to you. When you look at somebody, what they're doing, you have to look at the framework. Who is her mother?
Diana Ross.
Exactly.
Right.
What's Diana Ross known for off stage? Was she a great mom? Was she great married?
We don't know any of that.
Exactly. So when you're looking at somebody and they say something and it sounds ludicrous, it's because they had a framework to work from. You can only do something that you model unless you have a new model. Her mom was the whore of the town. That's who her mom was. Her mom was digmatized. That's who her mom was. Her mom had a child as a love child. That was Barry Gordon's child. And if we don't know these things, once you know these things and she says things she says and they sound ludicrous, it makes sense because that's the frame that she was looking at while she was growing up. And with that said, I'm in.
I'm confused. You just threw me off. What does that have to do with Tracy Ross's choices as not being able to get married? What do you mean? You didn't answer my question. And I said she only got married. She got married. If she wanted to get married, she would have got married. Or nobody wanted to marry her. So you're saying she just decided she didn't want to get married.
Talking about. She was bragging.
That's what I asked you. Don't go around the question. What is the answer?
You asked me what was wrong with the way you were thinking, and I said, here's the points that you were missing. She was at a table with an ex-first lady. She was sitting there going, yeah, I like dating younger guys. I like getting dick down. But every time they want to get a relationship, she kept talking about these failed relationships she had. That's the same pattern her mom had. No matter how sexy she sounded, she was recreational use only. She tried to make fuckboys be her boyfriend, and they're not the same.
And then she blamed them for it.
Bingo. And she said, because I got a whole life. If you got a whole life, how are you missing things?
Facts.
Boom, I'm in.
Whole life.
Jesus.
Yeah, you mean to tell me that you don't have a whole life? None of y'all have a whole life, and y'all don't understand regret? Really?
Yeah, but
we have to not have a whole life.
She's saying she don't regret nothing.
We're
She's saying
accountable. She's not.
you don't regret nothing. Come on, you
Yes,
do
she
regret
did.
it because you
regret
wanted.
Yes, she
I
did.
apologize, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
She said she regrets. She said that she has a depression because she didn't get married, because she didn't have a kid. What do you mean? That's
Then
what
Tracy, be quiet and go away and stop talking about how happy you are being single now.
a single person. That don't
And
mean
if you listen to the interview previously, I believe that's Michelle Obama's brother that was explaining how Michelle was dating all these other random guys before she met Obama, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I was doing more than dating."
I don't hear her say that in that interview.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
Of course you did.
Gary had to say goodbye to his boyfriend and go ahead and marry Michelle.
And what I'm saying about that is, when you the first lady and you up there on a stage with Oprah on a platform, don't say that your husband could have done better and he's the first black president. You take that to your grave and you don't say anything bad about that man and say, you know what, we both could have done better. But you don't ostracize that man and play him down when you're supposed to be the
facts.
Hell.
Facts, Zeus. She was completely out of line and completely ungrateful. He made her the first lady of the United States, which is the highest order. And look how she acted. And that's the mother blinking thanks he get. She ought to be ashamed of herself.
Y'all hit the like button. It's 21 likes. It's 27 of y'all. 6 of y'all. Come up off them likes. Come up off them likes.
But this, and I agree with you. Click the like button. But this is what men are saying when women demasculate them or emasculate them. When they're saying things that even if it's true, even if you thought that, don't do that. You can keep that to your,
in the black community. Have I heard anybody? I done went to 3-4 different platforms, and the only platform that I have heard them say, Michelle tried to demasculate Obama, is only in the black community. That's wild. That's wild. That we only hear that from our black people, but we don't hear it from the other community. Why is that? I didn't see Michelle say nothing out of bounds that would have been wild. I ain't hear her say none of this stuff. Y'all got y'all.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. You the heathen queen.
I listened to her. I listened to her with a different ear. Y'all listened to her with some other ear, because I didn't hear that. I didn't hear none of that.
I think the word enemy comes from inside of me. That's where enemy comes from.
The enemy within.
Right. You're not gonna generally get people from the outside. You're gonna get people from the inside, and that's what Michelle was.
Wow. What?
Facts.
And I only got this information. I've only gotten this attitude about men, about Michelle Obama.
Why is it attitude? Why is facts attitude? You hate that.
Men. Why
is you people?
Right.
Crazy. You men. I'm talking about.
What does that supposed to mean? You men.
Y'all interpret the first thing a woman do as a slight. It's got to be
because it is
a man. It's got to be a slight again. She had no.
She went on a circuit saying that. She went on a circuit telling that story. The point is, she could have crafted that story. She's so high and educated. She could have crafted that story differently. She chose not to. It was a choice. You can't say it.
What was the story? The story that she dated a lot before she married Barack, you mean?
That's what she was saying on her brother's story. I'm sorry if I made it too confusing. She was on a stage with Oprah, and they were talking about the Obama's career and everything else. And she told that story about how she was unhappy for 10 years. Right. And then Oprah threw her softball and said, well, what could your husband have done? He could have been better. Like, that's that black woman sass that she can put in her pocket.
That ain't that black woman sass. That's a lot
of them, Zeus.
Sass. That's a lot of women sass. You ain't heard them. You ain't seen them TikToks of them white ladies saying their husband need to be better.
No.
But it's way out of ordinary. But black women say
it. HQ. We're not saying it's not normal. I'm not. I got a buddy. They got a perfect life. You know what they want? They want it to be better. I got a party who got a shitty life. You know what they want? They want it to be better. So we
You the
know
one
it's
just
normal.
said,
Hold
but
on,
you the
hold
one
on.
who
Let me
just
land the plane.
said.
Let me land the plane. What I'm saying is, how many of those people fought to be the first one in history? You have to carry your decorum different when you're the first one in history versus when it's average. What did Barbara Bush say about her husband, who's a knucklehead? Not a goddamn thing. I'm done.
I don't get it.
What don't you get about that?
I don't get the fire. You say one thing. We the only group of people where a person got to walk and toe the line and be perfect. Ain't no way.
Nobody said perfect.
Ain't no way that you gonna put me on a roller coaster where I can't make no mistake, where I can't say what I really think, where I can't
Keeping your mouth is a roller coaster. Wow. Okay.
That's crazy. she said one thing about be better. You said that. I didn't say that. She said something about him being better. And then
keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your pocket.
Well, she didn't. That don't make her a bad first lady.
That's not. Did we say that? What are you doing right now?
So I'm saying,
gasoline away. Put the gasoline away.
I'm saying,
put the gasoline away.
I'm saying we had Hillary Clinton. We had Hillary Clinton. We got Melania. I ain't heard a damn thing about Melania being a 304. I ain't heard nothing.
Yeah, she
Obama,
not saying
Obama wife say something about he'd be better, and we hear that all over the internet. Obama, we see Michelle Obama clicking her fingers, and we hear it all over the internet.
This the reality about the Michelle thing and that rant thing. The reality is when she was in her younger years, and it was the 80s, and Barack first came to that firm and stuff, and they was working there.
Right.
That was the best she qualified for at that time. I'm not saying she's an ugly woman, but she didn't qualify for no 6'6" guy that was built playing pro ball. She didn't qualify for that. It didn't matter how smart she was. She didn't qualify for that. That was the best guy she was going to get, period, at that time. Yep. So I understand. And one other thing I want to add too, because the things went the way they went, she didn't really get a chance to really flesh out and maximize her career. So to a degree, she kind of salty about that, but she missing the bigger picture. She got to ascend because of this man to become first lady, which is the highest honor in the land for a woman, period, here. So she should be appreciative of that.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Unfortunately, yes.
Damn it.
Look at God. Look at God, y'all.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, HQ.
Oh,
look
okay,
at God.
Okay,
but you told on. You talk about ain't nobody talk about Melania. People talk about Melania being a mail order bride for the longest time.
That's wild. I didn't hear.
They talked about her cut and pasting O'Shell Mavana's speech. Yeah,
Michelle, well, she did.
No, they talked about that.
They all do it. They all
Hillary
talk.
Clinton and everything she touched, people died. They talked about
she
that.
Like women. Yeah, Hillary was getting down. Where was she in Africa or something?
What?
Dancing with
what?
them?
Whoa! What? She did what?
She like, come on, y'all. Come on, man.
I'm asking you. I'm asking.
Allegedly, I ain't trying to get your channel or anybody else messed up because we know how them Clintons get down. Allegedly.
Like she.
There you go.
Yeah,
like
man. Hillary. Come on, y'all.
Oh,
and
wow.
Barack too. Barack. Like, come on, man. Come on.
I ain't heard none of this.
They all smashing something. They all smashing something. Allegedly.
Hillary stood on this platform and she was like, women, we need to empower women. We need to do this. But weren't you the woman who, when all those women came forward and said your husband's sleeping around, you went on this whole tirade of tearing them down? That was Hillary.
What?
Come on, man. It's human nature, man. You got that power. You smash it. Come on, man. We see it all the time, and we act surprised when it comes out. We find out somebody was doing some behind the scenes. We always ask, oh, that, not them, not that pastor, not that politician, not that. Like, yeah, man, yes, them, because they're human beings.
Right. Yeah, because they're human beings. I'm glad you said that. Now,
because
I don't want to hear about this not being human shit.
Because HQ ain't got no draws on in that picture. That's why.
Why the hell people be saying that about my damn pic?
Damn.
Because it looked like it. It looked like you ain't got draws on that bitch.
I laid back on the. I laid back on the. No, I had underwear on. That's all.
Allegedly.
I leaned back. There was a couch I had in my bedroom, and I just leaned back and took a picture. That's all.
Get over there. Don't come over here.
But anyway, I want to hear what Zeus got to say. Zeus, you and this interracial whatever. What are you talking about? Or do you need to talk to GA by itself?
No. So Jay, you're in a racial relationship, right?
Yeah.
All right, say that again, man. I was dealing with a little niglet.
You're in an interracial relationship, correct?
Yes, I am, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I noticed a couple of times we've been on panel and somebody will say something about that in a negative tone. So like what you're saying doesn't make sense because you're in an interracial relationship. Mm-hmm. And I just think that's
tyranny.
That. Allegedly. Anyway, I always think that's a flawed.
Jason.
But wait a minute. Hold on, Zeus. Are you telling me that tyranny, who is in an interracial relationship, is shaming other people to be in an interracial relationship? Is that what you're saying?
Tyranny is not. Hold on. Wait a second.
I thought she was in an interracial relationship.
I don't think so.
I thought her kids are half mixed.
Not them kids I seen on the screen. What they mix with?
No, she has an older child, and then she has other children that are mixed.
Hey.
What? Wait a minute.
As far as I can tell, they blackity black to black y'all.
No, not all of them. She's married to a Hispanic. Oh,
then
no.
Why she be giving me such a hard time?
Wait a minute, Venezuelan, right?
Then why she be giving me such a hard time?
Super hard time.
So I'm sorry, say your question, Jay.
So I'm just saying that I noticed that, and I noticed. So there was a black girl here, and she was just beautiful. And I forgot the guy's name, but he used to be on Dawson's Creek, and then he was on Fringe. He married a black chick, and like you look at it, him and his chick is like almost whimsical, magical. My point is, there was a girl I met here, and I kind of noticed, oh, she was beautiful and everything, and we had talked, and she was doing a photo shoot. She was helping me with a couple things, and I was like, oh, you're really beautiful. She's like, oh yeah. I don't have a job right now because I used to be a child model and get residuals, etc. But I could tell in our conversation that I really liked her as family, as us being the same coat, the same color. Mm-hmm. And I looked at a couple of her Facebook posts. I was like, oh, she liked white dudes. And then I just asked her one time, she was like, yeah. I was like, oh, I can tell. And nothing changed between us. She was still super awesome, super everything. But I think that's one of the things in the neighborhood that we tend to step on people about. And I wouldn't have chosen her. She wouldn't have chose me. But if I would have made a toxic relationship, I wasn't building. And that's what I think a lot of us forget. Like Jay Tillman's still one of my brothers. When he makes other choices that I wouldn't make or other people wouldn't make, he's still my brother. To me, it's for us to share knowledge and give good greetings, good welfare, good energy to. That's what I think we miss a lot of times when we see people in interracial things and they speak. That's more my point.
I think people might see me because my wife is white and think because that's what the relationship I'm in now. That's all, man. I don't care. If I like a woman, if she fits my type of woman that I like,
right.
Then that's the woman that I like. So regardless how much melanin she got in her skin or whatever, in her body and her DNA, it don't make a difference to me.
Absolutely.
But she's the type of woman that I like.
Absolutely. It makes no difference whatsoever. I encourage people on this planet to find somebody that aligns with you, sets your soul on fire, however it go. I don't care where they come from, because with a world this bad and people can't find love and people ain't getting married, when you turn somebody down because they're a different color, then that's gonna be your problem. That's a you problem. So
and that's why I say, oh sorry, that's why I say when like it don't make, when I say it's all the same, is because I'm going for the same type of woman, the same archetype.
Right.
So to me, it's the same, because they're gonna act similar because I'm attracted to that type of
woman. That's right. You're attracted to that type of woman, regardless of whether she's goofy, whatever, smart, whatever. Like me, I'm attracted to people that speak very well, articulate, that have education. And I have a hard time dealing with someone who isn't that way. So I'm always going to go for a man that speaks articulate, educated. I'm always going to go for that type of man. And I have to work within that time frame, regardless of whether he's white or black. I've dated white men. I've dated black men. I've dated all types of men. He just has to be the right person. And I probably would be with a white guy right now, but he had a young child.
That's the dude that like peeing on stuff.
No. This is a white guy. This is a white guy. He had a young child. When I met him, his child was 10. I was like, we ain't going to be able to do any of the things that we want to do. I said this in my head, if you have a young child.
How long ago did you meet him?
This was like 3 years. He still texts me. He still hits me up on Facebook. Do you have time for coffee? Do you have time to have coffee with me? Can we have?
He deserves a coffee date. He deserves a coffee.
He deserves a coffee date.
Yes, he deserves a coffee date, but he still has a young child, and him having a young child, and I'm older, and he's old. He's 65. You got a 10-year-old kid. No.
So it works still. HQ, why don't you go ahead and rub up on something, see if the color rubs off.
Because you always have to be on call with another human being. You always have to be on call with another human being, and you have a baby mama.
That's an excuse, HQ. That's an
excuse. Excuses.
You a baby mama?
I feel the same way. I feel the same way you men feel. I'm not.
You got kids and grandkids. You got grands.
I have.
You accountable to other people?
No, I'm not. I can walk out this door.
You get off of this panel. I don't know how many times you say, I gotta go. I got my grandkids coming over, something like that. So you accountable to other.
But that's because I choose to.
He choose to too.
No, he's locked in. He's really.
He don't have to. He don't have to.
Kid to school every day. He said, "I'm going to take my kid to school every day." No, that locks him down to a certain thing. That locks you down to a certain thing. So I'm saying that for me, it's not a choice. For me, it's not that. I don't live in fear. So I'm just saying it was a white guy. We were perfect in every way. We got along, all those good things, but that one thing. So it is what it is. I'm saying go with whoever sets your soul on fire. Y'all hit the like button coming in. Y'all know what it is. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. I thank you, Project Leroy. Thank you, sir. Michelle Obama was outshined by Barack when he became a senator and president. Michelle Obama can't top what her husband became president. That's correct. She knows that. So I'm sure she knows that. Thank y'all. Final thoughts, sir. Final thoughts on that. Unless you have more to say, Zeus.
No, I said what I wanted to, and I appreciate everybody on the panel let me express a little bit, and I appreciate everybody giving me their feedback. It does help me in my thought process as well, so I appreciate that.
I did not know that there was an issue about. I did not know that, Jay. I did not know that, and that's wild too. That's wild if you're married to somebody that's. But then are Venezuelans all? Are there black Venezuelans? I don't know.
But I just think that always happens, and I notice that, and I make the extra effort when I see a sister with a white guy. I say hi, hey, how y'all doing? And I don't make it too much or too little, but I acknowledge their presence. I keep it going. Same thing.
Oh, okay.
I can see black people in the store and be like, they looking at the floor like they're a runaway slave or something, rather than just saying hi.
Oh, okay. You mean feeling some type of way because they're dealing with another race?
No. I'm saying when I see a mixed couple,
Right.
I see you and the white man, I
Right.
say hi to both of you,
Right.
right? But I acknowledge your presence. When I see a single black woman, if I say hi, she looks at the floor.
Oh, okay.
And then it's not always reciprocated. But I mean, either way, I'm still gonna keep being me and saying hi.
Okay. I got you. Your final thoughts, sir?
With that said, I'm in.
Triple X.
Okay. Yeah. Next time, give a little bit more thought before you put out those type of videos.
Mind your business.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in that.
I don't see where I went wrong, so I don't even see it. Hey, what did I say to y'all? As soon as y'all hit 50, y'all become a woman, then y'all.
Are these my final thoughts or yours? I'm trying to figure this out. Let me know when I can get my final thoughts. So I'm gonna mute up.
Go ahead. I'm done. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering. Yeah, my final thoughts is hold off before you put out something like that. You know, give it a little bit more thought. You know, I know you pro woman and that's cool, but I have to mention the limitations and missteps of men sometimes too. And I mean, you have to be open to that too, HQ. I know you pro women. I know you want them to win and everything, and nothing wrong with that. You should want the best for the girls, but we don't want to jump out of the window here too. That'd be like me saying, hey, the last 3 guys, them older guys you showed on Kendra, those guys are perfect. What are you talking about, HQ? That's like, come on now. Now, I would clearly just be saying that to start trouble. You know? All right. That's all I got.
Jay, your final thoughts.
You know, I'm gonna say something on what Zeus was saying. You know, it's funny when I'm out and about in the world and I see a brother, most of the time, 98% of the time, I see that man is I see you. What's going on, brother? I ain't never seen him before in my life. It's just a few times that's weird. When I walk past other people, if you're just passing somebody else, how you doing? How's it going? When I see black women and I'm passing them, for some reason, they do not look at me. Just say hello. And that's a consistent thing, man. And it's weird. And I'm like, what is that? What is that?
Were they by themselves and then
regardless of what age? But if I pass a white woman or something, Asian woman is different. Like Chinese, they don't look up all the time. But if I'm passing a white woman, it's good morning. How you doing? How's it going? Because I'm bald.
I get the same.
But I see it and I'm like, why, man? Like, are you like?
I get the same.
You think about to hit on you, or you're afraid? Or something? Because if you are, how come everybody else isn't? I don't get that.
I mean, when I'm passing a brother, I always speak. How you doing? Have a good one. Have a good day. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And it's been in the States. It's been in Canada. And like if I'm going on the way to the gym or grocery store or something, it's like a one-on-one passing, and I look up and just over here with it, and I'm like, okay. I don't know. I had to think on that. I don't know. I had to think on that.
And it's weird, man. I don't know. But yeah, I don't. If what you said was true about that, I don't get it, man. Because every time I've been on the panel, it's always been brought up. You know how Jay like them. We know how Jay like them. No, you don't.
Hold on. Somebody was throwing shots at you, Jay.
Wow.
You don't know how I like them. You have no idea. You'd be surprised.
He's talking about. Well, Zeus would have to explain because I haven't seen it because I don't know. But I'm saying
you saw it. You just wasn't paying attention because it's only happened in here.
It happens very abruptly, and I wanted to address it, but I also wanted to give. I love that, huh?
I wonder why.
I love that the people don't think like I do on the panel. But I think that's what helps me get more tools. Like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Or, oh, okay, well, I could say that differently.
But what made you stop and ask Jay, though? What made you stop and say that? I mean, to Jay today.
Because I had thought about that, and I was trying to find the right time to say it without stepping on something. Okay. And I also think he's amazing in how he articulates his points. And he also can give, hey, I've been there and I've been to the location, and here's how I kind of got my feet wet. Here's my experience I learned. Here's my takeaways.
I got more than my feet wet, brother.
Yeah, he's very good at doing that.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming up. Thank y'all for coming up.
Appreciate you, Zeus, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And I
As
appreciate
much
your
as well.
perspective as well. I appreciate your perspective as well from a polygamy standpoint.
Oh,
Why did we say polygamy when it's poly?
A poly, excuse me, from a poly standpoint.
From a poly standpoint.
And I can explain that more on another podcast because I know HQ wants to get all into it.
You want to get in it? All right, so I'm about to go. I got burgers. I got to go get.
All right, y'all. Thank you.
Peace and love, family.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you all for showing up for the discussion. Thank you all for showing up for the reviews. We'll be back here tomorrow. We will be back here tomorrow with potential candidates. Ladies, some more ladies for the cup of coffee. Ladies and the potentials. Yes, we got some beautiful ladies on the hook. Some beautiful ladies that weren't highlights, but they are there. I will be back tomorrow. Y'all supposed to hit the like button. Why y'all don't be hitting the like button? Who be guarding the like button? Just hit the like button. That's all you got to do. When I go to y'all channel, I hit the like button. That's the first thing I do when I walk into anybody's door is hit the like button. Because we know we got to hit the likes and the shares. Anybody who's there, I hit their like button. I'd appreciate likes and shares. I'd appreciate some likes and shares. Like 3, 4, 5 on the way out the door. They can be not likes, they can be hates, they can be anything you want. Hit the like button, y'all. I see y'all tomorrow.